The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Stop! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our Holly Jolly Humble the Bow. The Thunderdome on this Boxing Day, Week 17, continued kickoff Thursday, December 26, 2024. This program starts now. Football is wonderful, and obviously we had a full day of it yesterday, and we hope you had an amazing Christmas, and congrats on Hanukkah kicking off last night in epic fashion.
Yeah. Go.
We even got one. Huh? Look at please. Boom!
Boom.
Look at that.
Great menorah.
That is very large.
Landing planes with that thing?
Now, this weekend, yesterday, actually, I don't know if you saw.
What was it?
Plane. I mean, this is crazy now on the internet, just seeing what was. Let's forget about that.
I refuse to watch that.
Dude, it was 45 times in my
Same.
timeline. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Skipped it every single time.
And then every time there was a little bit more in depth in the caption. So I basically felt like
You saw the whole thing.
Yeah, I basically feel like I did, but I try to keep it out of my. Anyways, hope Christmas was fantastic for everybody. Getting a chance to watch my daughter understand what's going on with Christmas. Is their second Christmas. She's about 20 months old, almost obviously 2 years old. So that was like the coolest thing I had experienced ever in my life. Watching her know and be excited. And she speaks a lot. She talks a lot. She sounds like the Minions. Okay, she sounds like the Minions. She's almost made up her own language. She has like, let's say, 8 to 15 words, depending on the day that she knows, but a lot of sounds, and she knows what you're asking her. And watching her tear through it and rapping stuff, and then watching my wife kick ass, the family come over, it was wonderful. We hope you had a great Christmas. Much better than those football games.
Yikes.
Listen, the Ravens beat the absolute dog shit out of the Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the absolute dog shit out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you're talking about, going into these towns, these people cancel their Christmases at their house. In Pittsburgh, they said, we ain't doing Christmas at home. We're doing Christmas down at the shore because the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing. Say hello to a new family tradition. Bert Kreischer's going to be running around.
Yeah.
Okay, shirtless out there.
Awesome.
We're going to miss a lot of stuff. We'll do the Christmas presents. Santa came extra early this year. We're going to do it extra early, but then we're going to go down and we're going to put on for the Pittsburgh Steelers because the entire world is going to get to watch NFL football on Netflix, and they chose us to kick this thing off. That's the right time to do it in. That's the right. Now, studio show for Netflix thinks it should have been there, to celebrate, as opposed to just Bert going around to the tailgates, having the time of his life, experiencing Italians seemingly in abundance for the first time. Wedding soup is amazing. Listen, the wedding soup absence in people's lives that don't live in Pittsburgh, I am bummed out for you. I don't know where all it is, but it is amazing. I'm happy it got showcased. Bert had a but I think, if that's live there, it feels big. Everybody goes in there, they fill it in, and what do the Chiefs do? Just beat the hell out of them.
Yeah. Clean.
Yinzer's now wondering, why the hell is Mike Tomlin our coach?
7-on-7.
It did, didn't it? It's the best Patrick Mahomes has looked all year.
7-on-5.
They almost scored 30 points. Still haven't scored 30 points. Scored 29, though, which means their defense put people to sleep. And then Patrick Mahomes with a little shovel. But doing Patrick Mahomes stuff, just celebrating Christmas, having a holly jolly time, literally the entire day. And then Travis Kelce ends up getting into the paint. And Patrick Mahomes taking massive shots to Justin Watson. This guy is a Pittsburgher. Hey, went to South Fayette High School, actually Southwest Pittsburgh, comes back home, sees family on Christmas for the first time, long time, and just goes bananas. Just goes absolutely nuts. And Yinzers are waving their terrible towels, thinking to themselves, the only thing that's terrible right now ain't this towel. It's the fact that we skipped our Christmas to come watch the Steelers do this in front of our faces. Travis Kelce would just sneak out, be wide open, and obviously the Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs had a good feel for what this Pittsburgh Steelers defense was going to do all day, and Travis was just staring around wide open, and, inevitably, Travis Kelce would score a touchdown, and he would break Tony Gonzalez's touchdown right there. Congratulations, Travis. 22-10 at that point in the fourth quarter. Goes up a little bit too close to the upright. Probably should have been a little bit more of a round. Like got the daughter one of those remote control battery sitting cars. She can control it or you can control it. That thing, you got to take that thing real wide on those turns.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is not turning sharp anywhere at all. That's what Travis should have done. A little bit more of a wider turn so then he can get a head-on approach. And then I think he would have double pumped that thing. But he took Tony Gonzalez's throne, taking Tony's throne right here as you see it. Travis Kelce surpassed Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdown receptions in Kansas City Chiefs history, 77. Congratulations, Travis. Travis now has the most receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns in franchise history. Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Tony Gonzalez, I believe, has more than him, but he would obviously go on to play for the Falcons and other teams. So this is just with the Kansas City Chiefs. Fifth player in NFL history to record 1,000 career receptions, and he was wide open for a lot of them. They weren't covering them all. It's almost like if you're counting those ones, you need to count the ones he gets in practice too. 8,000 yard seasons for Kelce. Phenomenal stuff for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the best football they've played all year. And then obviously you could say the same exact thing for the Baltimore Ravens. Is it cake? Is it cake?
No way.
Both of them are cake.
What?
How? Open that up.
Boom. Red velvet.
My God.
Red velvet. And they got their big Santa Claus jackets on from Netflix. Is it cake? And Travis goes, I don't know. Yeah, it is actually. Red velvet. He loved it. Said it was delightful. I think they should have had one a cake, one not a cake.
That'd have been a good move.
You know, and then had the boys pick which one they think is cake, which is not cake, because that is a great show to pass time.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
You can get lost in is it cake for 5-6 hours. I mean, that is something that just sits in the background. And old Mikey, who used to be on Wild 'N Out, is hosting that thing, having a blast. It is a great time. But congrats to Travis and Patrick Mahomes, looking the best that they've looked. And congrats to the Baltimore Ravens. Looking the best that they've looked. Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens and Keith Van Noy just absolutely slaughtered the Houston Texans in Houston. People are saying the only good thing about going to this Texans game was getting a chance to see country music female artist of the year from Billboard, Beyonce, perform at halftime. And obviously, there's some country music fans at the Thunderdome that aren't happy about that.
Die hard, I guess.
They don't like that Billboard award, okay? They don't think it is, because this ain't Texas.
Yep.
We ain't home. She's from Houston, I do believe. Little homecoming, had Christmas there, did her performance, but that was something that they were starting to market during the first half because the Houston Texans didn't show up. Baltimore Ravens looked the best that they've ever looked. So now at the top of the AFC, is it clear? At the top of the NFC, is it clear? We'll talk about all that and more. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, who has an AP vote. Boston Connor, isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
Feels like the MVP convo is only heating up with every passing game. Josh Allen goes apeshit. Then Lamar Jackson on Christmas says, you know what? Have you forgotten? Everything I'm doing this year, the best I've ever done it throughout my entire career. I've already won multiple MVPs. So they're putting out, who's your MVP candidate? Now, this doesn't even have Jared Goff on it. And Jared Goff is obviously cooked and gone ape as well in its entirety. But AP Tone is one of the guys that's going to decide. Con man, how should he be looking at this entire thing?
I mean, look, I worry about it because one of the teams we just talked about, the Pittsburgh Steelers, them and Baltimore, they don't like each other.
Oh, yeah, they hate each other.
And I'm not saying Tone is biased in any sort of way. And he would never make a decision based on the city he's from, the city he represents, the city that bleeds through him. But with that being said, I thought Josh Allen was a runaway. And then yesterday happens, and we're looking at these numbers side by side.
Well,
do numbers mean nothing anymore? I thought that was the whole thing with T.J. Watt last year with the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, because remember, Jade said, we're using these, we're not using these. And then last year, I guess, if you look at the MVP, the stats weren't used. If you look at just the stats, so things are getting crazy. And this is AP Tone's first year voting. Let's go to a man who coached football for 36 years, 18 in college, 18 in the NFL. Coach Chuck Pagano here. Merry Christmas, Coach.
Merry Christmas.
Coach, if you're looking at this MVP voting, and Tone actually has a vote, and I would like to go on the record as when the idea was pitched to us by great man.
Came on the show, Eagles guy.
Great.
Rob Motti.
Rob Motti. Very thankful for the idea of us having a vote. He pitched both me and Tone. And I said, I'm not the right guy for the job, Rob. Okay, I'm not the one that needs to decide this. Because this is legacy. Right? This is Hall of Fame stuff. This is next contract stuff. This is how they remember you as a football player, these types of awards. Now, do I think people put way too much stock in all of them? Absolutely, but I'm not the one that needs to be doing it. So Tone is representing the program on this particular vote.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, especially with what Lamar did just yesterday?
It looked like, Josh Allen was a runaway a couple weeks. What he did in that 4 or 5 week span was just absurd. But then you see Lamar go out and think he all-time rushing leader for a quarterback in the history of the game.
6,110 yards, surpasses Michael Vick. That is correct.
I mean, and then you're looking at Saquon, who's got a chance to break, is it Dickerson's record?
Yes.
Rushing record? So if he does that, Josh keeps rolling. Lamar, he just set a new record, right, for rushing yards for a quarterback. I mean,
good luck. These are all public, too, the votes, right?
And the narrative is going to be like, okay, they both got to do it in the playoffs. I wish they'd wait for this. When does this vote come out, AP?
January 6th is when we have to have the vote in.
That's a weird date to have, but they
AJ Hawk's birthday.
Yeah,
first Raw on Netflix. Clear picture.
Oh wait,
yeah.
I mean, that was in like 8K.
It looked fantastic.
Is that a Monday then?
Yeah.
Sorry, January 8th. Then the Wednesday after the final week.
Okay, January 8th.
And
this is predominantly a quarterback given award goes to a quarterback, right?
Yep.
So if these two stayed neck and neck, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because Lamar, like we've all been watching him since he was just down the road in Louisville, right? Just
even in high school, he had highlights popping up. Obviously,
just tearing,
gone.
I mean, just sick.
21.25 miles an hour there. That's the fastest he's ever been tracked.
He
said, I'm jogging. Yeah, he was just kind of striding out. He came into the season lighter. This is a stupid play. The amount of time he had to wait for Likely to decide to turn and go that way with Danielle Hunter, I think he's in his face there. That's one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Him just chilling, basically, no worries. Doesn't even think that there's going to be a turnover. He has nothing but control of the sport whenever he's playing it. And I said there's no question that Josh Allen's the best player in the sport just a few weeks ago when he had 6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 passing, only quarterback to ever do that or whatever. Watching Lamar yesterday,
hold on,
it was hard not to be like, oh, man. Guy with microphone says something that is supposed to be a matter of fact, and it is not at all. He is so much fun to watch. Now, this Houston Texans team, we all got questions. As an AFC South compadre of the Houston Texans here in Indianapolis, it is very fascinating to see what their team has become. Now, they get a safety.
They did.
Right?
Yeah, great play.
Hang your hat on that.
That was it.
On Derrick Henry.
31-2. That was the final score of the game.
That's a goose egg.
For the defense.
Doesn't show it on the deal, but the defense, we shut them out.
Let's talk about the Ravens defense. Are they good? Because they have the most losses, which is why Josh Allen was the one who everybody was talking. You look at all those people that are up at the top. The team with the most amount of losses, Baltimore Ravens. Okay, so normally it goes to a team that is 1 or 2 in their respective conferences. The Baltimore Ravens have a couple early losses, that they have to get over. How many points did they lose those games?
22. 5 losses, 22 total points.
Raiders and
all
Browns
one-score games.
And then that toe.
Yeah, week
First
1.
game, week 1, toe. Isaiah Likely.
And there's a couple of those
if he's wearing black cleats instead of those whites, was that the case, or just the opposite?
Instead of black cleats. Probably don't even see that. They have no idea. Touchdown.
And they walk out of there week 1.
Lamar's on to another MVP. This Ravens team might actually do it. That's from week 1.
Yeah.
And instead, toes out. They just can't do it. They get a fumble at the half-yard line. They have a toe out of bounds. This team is just kind of snake-bitten. But instead, you watch them, and you watch them continue to play, and it's like, this offense is unstoppable. Mark Andrews is all the way back. And it's not just an unstoppable offense because they have so many weapons and pieces. It's an unstoppable offense because they're tougher than you, too. It's not only like they're the most talented team. They are, but they're also the toughest team. Patrick Ricard and Derrick Henry in the backfield should have been when the commission stopped Chris Paul getting traded from New Orleans to the Lakers. Now, I think the NBA owned that New Orleans team at the time, so the commissioner of the NBA was able to stop that trade. And this wasn't a trade, this was just a signing. But when Derrick Henry signs with the Baltimore Ravens, we, in this particular room, were like, that shouldn't be a lot. With Lamar Jackson jogging at 21.25 miles an hour, and then Patrick Ricard at fullback at 275, maybe, we're in the holidays, 295, 300 pounds as a fullback. And then Derrick Henry, I'm learning this more, and we always saw his crazy workouts when he was on the bands, and he was doing all that shit. I guess he eats like completely
clean.
His whole life is just
body fat, less than 5.
So he's going to be able to play forever. It's like that team. And then Mark Andrews, 5 straight touchdowns. Congrats to him. We're donating $50,000 to T1D, I believe, is the charity that he chose for type 1 diabetes. I think research and funding and everything like that. Charity out of New York. We already sent the donation. And Mark, shout out to Phil for just...
Yep.
Bang. And then, especially in the holiday season, scores 5 straight games with a touchdown yesterday. We sent that off as soon as we possibly could. Shout out to Mark Andrews stopping by the show. And that big ass he's jumping with there. You know, I think that's him.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the 300-pounder that's leading the way for everybody in Ricard. It's stupid. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's a senior NFL insider at ESPN. He's also a guy that's kind of doing this on X right now.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
It's kind of you know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Hey, first of all, thank you for that donation to Type 1 Breakthrough Diabetes. Breakthrough Type 1, whichever they changed the name to. It used to be JDRF. My wife is Type 1. So we've done a lot of work for JDRF, and I know Mark is Type 1, and a lot of respect there. So Breakthrough T1D.
Okay.
Again, they rebranded it from JDRF because people had the idea that it was just a disease for juvenile people, for young people, but it's a disease that affects so many people. And I thank you for the donation. That will go to great use, and that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Hey, no problem. Shout out to Mark Andrews for putting a spotlight on it for us, because obviously we'll continue to learn more, and we're all about figuring out everything. You know, that's could you imagine if we did just figure out everything? That'd be sweet.
Oh, my God.
They might help the drones over New Jersey.
Well, I don't know if Schefter has any news on those. I do know Schefter.
I don't want to tell you what I've heard about that.
Hold on. Yeah,
you do, pal.
I know they were mentioning your name to be the senior NBA insider. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, the ultimate.
Yeah, they're like, this guy could potentially just be the inside of all inside. He's inside everything. I didn't know he was thinking about being inside the, hey, what the hell is in the clouds?
Yeah.
Man? You're in there? You're sending questions to people?
There are a lot of theories floating around. I'll just say that. I've dipped my toes into areas I shouldn't before. I'm not going to do that again. I'll just say there's some interesting theories out there.
Well, you were into college basketball there for a little bit, and then you know what I mean?
College football.
No. College basketball, you dunked on Doug.
Oh, college basketball, yeah. Emerging of college football and college basketball, yes.
Yeah, you're starting to dabble a little bit. That's a wild time in your life, and we hope the drones are good. Let's talk about some NFL news, shall we? You broke over the break that we had the last 2 days. Happy Hanukkah, by the way. I don't know if you saw it. Foxy, please show.
Whoa.
See that?
Whoa.
See that? Boom.
That's pretty cool.
Shining.
Yeah, did we have 2 of the ones on the side lit, maybe? Yeah.
Perhaps.
You got one light lit. That's good. You're in the right spot.
Yeah, because we heard the middle one lights all the other ones, but that happens at night. So we're only one night in. We had both lit because it's day 2. Turns out that candle hasn't been lit yet, you asshole.
We're doing it right.
Yeah, I think we're doing it right. I think we're doing it all.
Kind of a reminder for other people.
8 crazy nights. 8 crazy nights.
That's right. How'd last night go? Was it crazy?
It was mildly crazy, yes, Pat.
Sounds like it was a little bit of a buzzkill. Let's make sure we make
it's funny. Like my wife every year, like the kids get upset. We're not doing high. They don't appreciate it. And every year it's more extravagant than the next. I'm like, you
guys are kind of Christmifying Hanukkah. You're Christmifying Hanukkah a little bit.
I guess that's what it's like. Again, she's the shopper, the designated Hanukkah shopper, and kids thank you for everything, and they have a great time. It's great for them, and that's nice to see.
Nobody's saying shit to old shit. Nobody's saying, hey, thanks, Adam. Anyways, let's move along here. I learned about Santa Claus a little bit from a meme. I didn't know.
The Red One movie?
Coca-Cola. No, Red One was so good.
I learned a ton about Santa.
By the way, Pat, my daughter just texted me. The candle's in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be left to right.
Jeez.
No, she's not seeing it wrong.
It's on mirror. It's on mirror mode. It's on mirror mode.
It's on mirror mode.
Camera's on mirror mode. If we can put a lower third up. This is currently on mirror mode. Yeah. Okay. Tell your daughter.
Left to right.
Okay. All right.
We're looking from behind the.
How the fuck were we supposed to get that? I mean, we tried our best.
I'm just telling you, you got my 16-year-old daughter, correcting things that are wrong.
Journalism. We appreciate her doing that. And anything else that she sees wrong with our program, tell them to send them through you. We would love to hear it. Let's talk about something that would be a crazy night. Allegedly, Pete Carroll, you reported, is interested in the Chicago Bears job. This obviously comes after Ben Johnson is hot to trot from the Chicago Bears, allegedly, which I saw a lot of Chicago Bears fans say, we're going to get the guy that had the fake stumble playing against us to be our head coach. And it's like, yeah, that would be the exact guy you would want to become your head coach. How highly sought after is this job? And is Pete Carroll taking any job or just certain jobs? Because we'd like to let him know your resume is concrete, pal. You're a Hall of Famer if you were to not get back into coaching.
Yeah, well, I think Pete wants to get back to coaching. I think Chicago obviously would interest him, but I think there will be other jobs that would interest him as well. And if you ever met or spent time with him, he's 73 and he acts like he's 33. The guy's got more energy than most people I know. And I think, you know what, he wasn't initially talking like he wanted to come back and coach this year. I don't think that was in the plans. And I think, like a lot of people, you spend some time away and you realize you miss it and he wants to go back to do it. I don't know whether or not he'll get the chance. I think he would do a lot of good at a lot of places. He's about culture. That guy is really about culture. And if there were a team looking to remake its culture, he obviously would be a worthy candidate. His resume speaks for itself. He has not spoken to Chicago. I don't even know that Chicago's interested. I think he has interest in the Bears job. I think he has other interests in other jobs as well. And we'll see whether or not anybody interviews him. Last year, I don't think he got interviewed after he was let go.
What do you think about college after what he just saw Bill Belichick doing with what the future of college football is, where you can both be a GM and a head coach and have a director of player personnel, kind of what's going on at Tar Heels? Feels like Pete Carroll's name was something we all thought of as somebody that understands the college world, definitely understands the NFL world. Is that a thought for Pete Carroll as well, or we don't know at this point?
I don't know the answer to that. I know that he's interested in coaching. I would assume, well, I don't know that for the college level. Look, I don't know that people would have thought that Bill would have been interested in the college level, and all of a sudden something came along and it sparked some interest in him, and he wound up taking that job in North Carolina. So I don't know that Pete's thinking like that right now. I think he'd like to talk with some NFL teams that have openings, but who knows what would happen if the right job. Plus, most of these college jobs have been filled, right? Like, we're past the college hiring season, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in West Virginia 1, they said the entire hiring. Got a couple guys in, by the way.
Yeah. Sure.
Transfer portal starting to get a little active there. Transfer portal starting to hit them country roads. Yeah, them dogs are coming home is what I've heard. Now, listen, obviously college would be an opportunity for Pete Carroll. So would Chicago if they've had any interest in him. Speaking of Chicago, how is the interest? Is that one of the jobs that Ben Johnson, we assume, will get offered plenty? Okay, 6 to 7 jobs every single offseason, seemingly up. We already have, 3 open if you go New York, New Orleans, and Chicago, right? There's already 3 jobs available. Ben Johnson will be somebody, the belle of the ball, we assume, this cycle, alongside Vrabel and many others that'll get opportunity. Is the Chicago Bear job one that everybody is no offense to Chicago, please. No offense to Chicago. But if Ben Johnson gets that job and another job, is the Chicago job a good job because how big the city is? What is the thought about the Bears job?
I think he has interest in the job, whereas, early on, I don't know that was going to be the case, but I think that there's enough there that he's going to have interest in, at the very least, talking to them and seeing whether or not it's worth pursuing. So, look, I'm sure they're going to request to interview him. I'm sure he's going to talk to them, and then it's up to the two sides to figure out whether or not there's a match there. The Bears will talk to other people as well. It certainly seems like he's a guy that the city wants as the head coach there. Like, he's got a lot of support. People recognize that Caleb is the future there. They want the right guy to work with Caleb. And a lot of people believe that Ben Johnson would be that guy. So I definitely expect him to be a candidate in play, and then let's see what happens from there.
I just said 6 to 7 spots kind of opening up. Ty just told me that on ESPN.com there's a projection of 9 spots or something like that. Is that changing each week, each performance, you think? Is that kind of a, like Mike McCarthy everybody's talking about, like that job? His contract's up, so he wouldn't be fired. It would just be not getting another contract. But it's like...
Right. But it almost feels like that's going the other way now. They've won, 4 or 5 games, 5 or 6 games, whatever it is, and he's gotten a lot of support. And these things ebb and flow all the time. Like, there are people that all of a sudden wind up on the hot seat that you wouldn't have thought would be on the hot seat. And there are people that are on the hot seat that somehow their teams play well down the stretch and they come off the hot seat. But again, I said to you early on this season, I said 7 to 9. I do think it'll be on the lower side this year. If I had to project it this year, I would say we'll probably get 7. 6 to 7 is my guess.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to those 2 to 3.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Now we're potentially on a hot seat, but instead it cooled off. And that's because jolly old Santa Claus came through.
That's right.
And then the first night of Hanukkah, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Light from the left side, like you're reading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like a book.
Yeah.
Per Dylan Schefter. Yes.
Like a book you just mentioned there?
Yeah.
Bargatze's new stand-up on Netflix. Your friend, Nate Bargatze. Phenomenal. This guy's so smart. He's so good. I was watching it thinking to myself, I should never speak in public again with how good he is. And he talks about books in there. Has a good book take that really made me pumped. Anyways, let's get back to football. Quarterback talk. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Schefter, Jalen Hurts, concussion. He left the game last week pretty early, and then I believe he didn't practice yesterday. What's his status? Is he going to play this upcoming weekend, or are they going to maybe take it a little safe and not have him play this week? And I believe they also just signed another quarterback, too.
Yeah, they signed Ian Book to their practice squad today, the former Notre Dame quarterback who's been on their roster before, spent some time in the practice squad. So anytime you see a team sign a quarterback on a Thursday, that tells you that clearly they have some questions about the availability of a quarterback. Now, that could be Jalen Hurts. That could be Kenny Pickett, who had the rib injury last week. So there are a couple of quarterback issues. The other thing to keep in mind here is, what are the Eagles playing for at this point in time? I know they have to clinch the division, but they're going to win one of these last 2 games. And I don't know that you want to subject Jalen Hurts to anything. Look, we'll see if he practices at all today. Clearly hasn't passed through protocol yet. We haven't heard that he has. So I think his status right now is in question until we hear it's not. So that's an issue right there. Kenny Pickett's an issue right there. They add the quarterback to the practice squad. They have Tanner McKee there already as the third-string quarterback. So they have some quarterback questions that need to get answered before they play the Cowboys on Sunday.
A lot of weapons, obviously, around there if you can't get the ball to them. Concussion protocol here carrying all the way into Thursday, obviously. T's and P's over there to Jalen Hurts. Home field advantage now for the AFC, locked in for the Chiefs. Shout to Santa Claus Andy Reid. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Him waiting on the boys, hiding out, saying ho, 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 coming out. How about them? Jeez, that entire moment, I think, as we try to boom, here it is. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce come in with the Netflix jackets. Hey, how you doing? Santa Claus came to town, and it's us, he said to the Pittsburghers. And then as they're waiting around thinking about how cool they look, which they do look cool, Carson Wentz say, wow, that's really cool, actually.
Sweet.
He's over his shoulder there getting some work on his back. Coach Tobe, and then Andy Reid, ho, 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 finally these guys fucking came in the locker room. That's what he said. He'd been standing in that office in that full suit for, 7 minutes as they're doing the whole red velvet cake jacket thing, waiting on it, ho, 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 home field advantage through it all. How do you think they treat the last couple weeks here? I was a part of a team that locked in home field advantage with 2 weeks left. The Indianapolis Colts, my rookie year. And by a part, I mean very, very small. I mean, we're talking about the smallest part you could possibly be for that particular program. But the guys started because there was some streaks and records, and there was a couple catches that needed to be made, and then they would rest. And then that was against the Jets and then against the Bills last week of the year. Full blizzard, started, picked up some stats that guys needed for contract reasons, then everybody rested. And then get in the playoffs, we win, we go to the Super Bowl, we lose to Drew Brees. But if we would have lost that first game, everybody would have killed us for, you got rusty by resting. At this point, nobody thinks the Chiefs are ever going to get rusty. How do you think they handle these last 2 weeks? Is it Carson Wentz time over there in Kansas City? How do you see it going?
Well, I think Andy likes to get some work for his regulars, but here's what I would say. There are certain guys that I'd be really surprised if we saw. I don't think it's too early for us to rule out Chris Jones, who missed the game yesterday with the calf injury. Why are you going to rush him back to aggravate that? So I don't think he plays. Isaiah Pacheco left the game yesterday with a rib injury. I don't think he plays. I think any guy that there's a question about, he's not playing that week. And I think the big one will be about Mahomes. Got the high ankle, though it hasn't looked like he's had a high ankle. I would think that if we see him, it's limited. Maybe you get him a series, maybe none at all. I'd be surprised if Patrick Mahomes played a full game. I don't see that happening. So there are certain guys that I'm sure they'll exercise extreme caution with. There are other guys they'll have to make decisions on. But either way, they play the Broncos the last week of the season, and that's an advantage for Denver. And if Denver faces a less motivated Kansas City team, then that means the Bengals aren't going to make it, no matter what happens tomorrow. If Denver can win that game, Denver's got to win one of these two games to get in. So that the Chiefs' win yesterday was big for the Broncos, potentially big for the Broncos, and certainly not something that Cincinnati would like to have seen. Cincinnati now has to beat Denver and then beat an angry Pittsburgh team in the last game of the season when Pittsburgh's coming off.
So angry.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's coming off 3 straight double-digit losses. Mike Tomlin's not going to want to go into the postseason with another loss. So it's a tough road for the Bengals here. Not that they can't do it. They certainly will have a chance, but their road has gotten tougher by the events of Christmas Day.
Yeah, super wild card weekend. Obviously, top 7 in each conference make it in. First seed gets a bye. Everybody else has to battle to make it to the division round. And on Saturday, a lot of implications coming up. Saturday football, triple header on NFL Network. Chargers, Patriots, Chargers need it. Broncos, Bengals, both of them need it. And then Cardinals, Rams on the other side. Rams need it. I mean, you're talking about 3 very important outcomes starting on Saturday, kicking off this lovely triple header. And another NFL weekend packed.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't love, I'm not going to say it.
What? Go ahead. About yesterday?
What did you love?
What?
What didn't you love?
What didn't you love? Because I was going to say I didn't love 4:30. We don't have an 8:30 on the back end of this.
You're saying we didn't like it.
Usually 1, 2, 3.
Every single schedule Sunday is
Every
a
slot.
noon, a 1, a 4:05 to carry us to 4:25 because we need it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need that. And then there's a boom, all eyes on me. We've
Bring
been
it
waiting
home.
all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bingo.
We've been waiting all
For
day.
Christmas night.
But instead, it was LeBron James
Yeah.
and Steph Curry put on a show. Classic.
They did.
How about Steph hitting that like half quarter?
Bang.
Bang. Pow. And then Austin Reeves says, thank you. Merry Christmas. Lefty off the glass.
Yeah. Enjoy Christmas while you have it.
Well, this is actually what LeBron James said immediately after that game yesterday.
I love the NFL. I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day.
Okay. Next year, Christmas is on a Thursday. Okay, so December 25th, 2025 is on a Thursday, and that's already an NFL day. Schefter, how do you think the NFL viewed yesterday? What are the early reports on Wednesday afternoon Christmas football from the NFL folks?
Well, that was like the Super Bowl for Netflix. It was Netflix's Super Bowl. You had all these, like Beyonce coming on, and I'm sure the ratings on it are going to be big. Because that's what the NFL always does. They have huge numbers. And next year, I'm sure the NFL will want to move into LeBron's turf and do Thursday night. Like Thursday night football, Christmas night next year, Thursday night football. That's coming. Like I fully expect that. So it has been the NBA's day, but it's also now the NFL's day. And the NFL ratings, I'm sure, are going to be very high.
Yeah.
As always.
LeBron, I appreciate you showing up on Christmas, just like everybody that worked on the Netflix show. Thank you for working on Christmas. To everybody that played, thank you for working on Christmas. We appreciate that so that we could all enjoy while we're watching at home. To the NBA, thank you for showing up on Christmas for everybody for so long. I think Kevin Durant, it was like 11 or 12 years he'd played.
Yeah.
I assume LeBron's 17 or 18 years on Christmas. He's played. You're talking about not being home. Steph, probably the same thing. You're talking about not being home on Christmas for a long, long time. So we appreciate that. But congrats to you guys. Adam Silver, Christmas Eve is now your day. Okay, I was actually watching on Christmas Eve, and I was like, we got nothing. We got nothing here. Now, granted, Scott Calvin, I could watch him all day.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't like the way they were treating him there. And Neil, what a punk.
Those sweaters.
Just from the entirety of it all.
Punk.
Yeah, Charlie's awesome. Obviously, he's got a belief, and he questioned his dad, certainly, and I appreciate that. And then the Grinch, obviously amazing. But as I'm watching Christmas Eve, I'm like, this is where the NBA needs to be. But they would have to be conceding Christmas to do that. And that's been their day for a long time. Maybe 2 years from now, you guys will do it. Because I don't know how calendars work, but if it was on Wednesday this year and it was on Thursday, I don't know when the next one is. Probably. But I assume that's going to be a football day too.
Yep.
And then I think the next one probably going to be as well.
Pack it up.
So whenever you want to say going to Christmas Eve, we want to let you know it was honorable and admirable what you guys did.
Absolutely.
On Christmas Day for so long.
Great run.
And thank you for what you're going to do for Christmas Eve. It's going to be very kind of you guys. NHL too. Might not be bad to get some eyes to do that entire thing.
Exactly.
All right, Schefter, we know you got to go. A lot of work to be done. Happy Hanukkah. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother.
Well, thank you guys. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll be back in touch Monday. I'll look forward to chatting then. We'll see what comes out of this weekend. Should be always interesting, right?
Anything on tonight? Anything on tonight's game, Seahawks-Bears, that we should be looking at?
Kenneth Walker out for the Seahawks. Zach Charbonnet steps up. Seahawks need to find a way to win this game with the Rams lurking on Saturday.
Lurking.
And the Bears, their defense has not been the same without Matt Eberflus. For all the people that wanted him out of there, the defense is kind of fallen off some. So it's time for the defense to play a little bit better. And we'll see if the Seahawks can keep things interesting with the Rams and make it relevant for the last weekend. They need to find a way to win this game.
Hey, we appreciate you, Schefter. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Schefter.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Shefty.
Right from the left side. Yep, we did it. Boom. Turn off mirror mode off the camera and let's show it. Turn off mirror mode. Yep. See?
There you go. Just turn off mirror
Just like we say, you just got to turn off mirror mode.
There you go. All.
It's been on life this whole time.
Looks great.
It does.
It's big.
Shine.
Yeah.
Putting together a lot of things over Christmas now, for baby girl.
Oh, yeah.
This one was the worst manufactured. The angle in which the plastic is that clips into the other thing does not match up. And with metal, you can kind of move a little bit.
Right.
Metal, you can move a little bit. Even you can get a little heat out,
Sure.
A little fig or tag or
Forge it.
MIG or whatever it is.
Yep.
I don't think you can move it. Plastic, especially when it's thick, you can't really budge it. It doesn't budge.
No, it doesn't.
It's actually pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
So trying to piece this thing together was certainly a thing, but Zeke was able to make some magic happen. Had to use some old school strength to bend this thing. That thing will, I think,
At some point.
at some point it will completely implode on itself, but it's got to last 8 crazy nights.
It will.
And they're going to be crazy.
And, well, mildly crazy, Schefter said, for everybody in his family but him.
Seems like he loves the holiday.
Yeah, seems like his family doesn't say thank you to
Thanks,
him.
Dad.
No.
Yeah. He said my wife does all the shopping and they really enjoy it all. He's just locked in the entire time in his office. I don't know. Hey, you got to unplug at some point, Shefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Pelissero ain't, though.
No.
He's always plugged in.
It's wired in, yeah.
So there was some, Jamie Erdahl was on the Netflix coverage. NFL Network's Manti Te'o was on, right? Because he's been on Good Morning Football.
McCourty's.
The McCourtys were on. One of them is on NBC.
Stacy.
And has
one's
done
on ESPN.
Good Morning Football as well.
Stacey Dale's NFL Network.
Yep.
CBS Booths, though, mostly.
Yeah.
Eagles, Nate Burleson, Greg Olson's Fox.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jage is CBS, normally on the sideshow. ESPN, Mina Kimes, Laura Rutledge on program. RG3, formerly of ESPN, now independent broadcaster. And then Kay Adams of FanDuel TV, formerly of NFL Network. And then Drew Brees had to do commercial break hits internationally.
Which, how does that work?
What?
So I don't think they have international commercials.
Oh.
Because I was wondering that as well. Like, if you got this commercial, is the whole world like learning about, like Mayhem?
Oh.
Mayhem had a commercial, and he was doing a leaf blower thing, and he was causing mayhem. He was great mayhem. It was a great commercial. And I was like, oh, the rest of the world is getting introduced to our brilliant marketing of insurance companies in mayhem. But I guess it wasn't. It was actually just Drew Brees talking to him.
I just figured they ran international commercials. Like I figured like Volkswagen had a commercial.
Just because it's an international brand?
Yep.
McDonald's popped in there. Pizza Hut popped in there.
Subway.
Dude Wipes popped in there.
Yeah.
International brands.
Your bingo.
Helping Cheeks from Worldwide. Dude Wipes.
And everybody had dingle bells yesterday.
Everybody had dingle bells.
Amen.
Could you imagine somebody in some country it's never even considered potentially dude wiping their ass?
Istanbul.
Just seeing a commercial for the first time and just being like,
What?
it can feel good,
We need to go to America now.
We need dude wipes.
We need to go.
Did you hear their dingle bells, dingle bells, dingle all the way? The broadcast was fascinating. We were approached by Netflix at one point for ideas, concepts around the Netflix NFL. And I said, that's why I'm so thankful for those people that work on Christmas. Because my daughter now, wife, you guys, there's a lot of kids in here, new homes, everything kind of being built, families growing together. It's like to work on Christmas, it's going to have to be a pretty good op. So I just pitch our show, basically, doing the kickoff show from outside Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium, though, Acrisure, in Pittsburgh, doing that entire thing. And then, we'll continue to do the next game, too, if we have to do it. But we're doing it from outside, so we can kind of sense it. I guess that was terrible. That would have never worked, especially with what they ended up going with. Yeah. I couldn't imagine being that far off. So, obviously, the decisions they made is awesome. I enjoyed the entire day I watched it, all day, because you couldn't go anywhere else.
No. It was perfect.
I don't love that these super innovative platforms like Amazon, think about like the innovation from the creation of, hey, we're going to do this. This is something that's been done this way for so long. And then Amazon comes in and goes, disrupt. We're going to change it completely, become the most expensive company on earth. Netflix, same thing, right? Blockbuster, everybody knows the story. Something's been happening like this for so long, and then Netflix comes in and boom, disrupts, flips the entire thing. And then when it comes to like doing something, they just hire the people that have been doing it forever to do it. I respect it because you get a good broadcast. Hey, they got to figure it out. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. But I do wish there was some sort of, innovation into tomorrow.
Mix up.
You know what I mean? The cast, okay, I get the future. That is the future of sports media, and I respect it. And we obviously enjoy all those humans. I love seeing Big Oos get an opportunity out there, Manti-Tail. But it is just like we're doing the same thing. Like I wish there would have been.
It is all the same.
It's always the same. And I guess, is there anything new? And if they do something new, does it potentially backfire? And they're just trying to, just get a show off the ground. I do wonder.
Well, and I looking into the future, I'm sure that's something they look at, but you also wonder if the NFL was like, hey, guess what? This ain't the year to try to do innovation. All right, we just saw everything that happened with the Tyson-Jake Paul fight. Like, there are going to be hundreds of millions of people watching this, and we have 4.
Is that the expected audience?
I mean, no, I have no idea.
But 60 to 70 Tyson Paul.
Peak, I mean, like during Beyonce, I assume people who weren't even watching the games were like, hey, let's go watch it.
So whenever you think Mike Tyson has international name.
Yes.
So everybody on earth wants to watch it. That was a brilliant concept, brilliant everything, because 270 million or 370 million worldwide subscribers on Netflix, obviously. 282 million subscribers on Netflix, massive global audience there. So if you get somebody that's well known through the entire world, global sensation, I think you'll get people to draw. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes might have enough pull, you know what I mean? Well, and people are going to say like Taylor Swift is like, that's why.
No
that's
doubt.
why.
Yep.
I'm saying Travis, he's one of our GOATs, but I think Taylor sold out a stadium probably in every one of these countries that Netflix is in. That probably helps a bit. Maybe.
They had, I saw they had like international soccer stars. Well, maybe they were doing it on their own. Maybe Netflix didn't have them tell them to do this, but like Antoine Griezmann and others who were tweeting out them watching the game just so like the international audience maybe knew about it more just from that standard. But yeah, I mean, it was, that's a lot of eyes.
Everybody gets mad about the NFL taking more money for people to watch a game. Like I saw some people tweet,
Of course.
Like, I got to buy a Netflix subscription to watch Christmas football. Okay, I got to watch my favorite team. I got to pay for Netflix to watch it. I already paid for this. I already paid for this. I already have to pay for this. Now I got to pay for this. And let me guess, I got to pay for this when the playoffs come. Okay, thank you, NFL, for squeezing every penny out of my damn pocket. There was actually a lawsuit about it.
Yeah.
This past offseason. Somebody, Lucky Duck or something.
Pub.
The Lucky Duck
or
they sued him for basically price gouging and saying, hey, this thing is too expensive. And everybody was saying that yesterday that wasn't watching on Netflix. This is actually a deal I think the NFL can actually grow. Like most platforms the NFL goes to, the NFL is growing it. They went to Fox. You go back to the John Madden deal whenever he gets into this thing. The NFL basically launched Fox, The NFL goes to NBC. It's their highest rated thing on Sunday Night Football. It's the highest rated thing. They go to Peacock. They're launching Peacock, for them.
Oh, yeah.
Playoffs.
They go to Netflix. It's like Netflix is bringing them an audience that's huge. So when you talk about global expansion, this is probably something that Roger Goodell and the people at the NFL are incredibly pumped about for the net. And that's why the 8K audio or video and audio.
The quality.
It was good.
Yeah.
So good. They seem to have more of the cameras on the sidelines too. Some games like Super Bowl and other games have like zoomed in shots. They had a couple like Scorsese type shots of TJ Watt yesterday with like smoke and him and Jage hugging each other. Like they did a great job. The future is going to be great for streaming, but you're going to have to go to a lot of platforms to watch all the NFL games. That's inevitable.
But I think you hit the nail on the head. Like with the Peacock thing, people were bitching about that, but that's obviously the NFL doing right by one of their broadcast partners for a long time. Like I don't think they're thinking in any way, shape, or form like, oh, nice. Like we're going to have all these people who are going to buy Netflix. I think the assumption is that there are a shitload of people who already have Netflix. And how many opportunities does the NFL get now where you actually get to go to a platform where it's like, hey, there's a chance that there are millions and millions of new eyeballs that we would not be able to access otherwise. Like, that's not happening for the NFL at places other than like a Netflix or maybe, an Amazon.
Four huge teams in brands.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Texans are the AFC South champs. That would certainly be the outlier for history and everything you got. Ravens have been good for a long time. Steelers obviously have been Steelers and good for a long time. Internationally known too.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers very well internationally known. And then the Chiefs, you get them in there. They're the back-to-back world champions. Houston Texans, though, back-to-back AFC South champs, they're going to do there. They get blanked in front of the entire world. Now, no Aziz Al-Shaair in this entire thing, and their defense certainly looks different now. Their offense looks different now. You lose Tank Dell, you have a lot of injuries. Stephon Diggs isn't there, so they're battling through a lot of the same things that like the Detroit Lions and other teams have had to do. But this Baltimore Ravens team playing their best ball. Lamar Jackson had to be pumped that he was displayed to the world the way he was last night, and the Ravens defense has to be pumped. Coach Pagano, you said that defense is able to go on a run right now. You think that defense can win a Super Bowl. Why is that?
So since the bye, right, 3-0, they're averaging 33 points on offense and only giving up 11 on defense. So I think 2 or 3 things happened, right, during that bye week.
Okay.
Zach Orr, first-time defensive coordinator, right? So he's 31 years old. He's starting to fall into a groove. I think the players are getting to know him. He's getting to know his players. That's number one. He's getting more comfortable in that role, calling the defense for them. Number 2, Kyle Hamilton is now playing safety full-time. If you remember back, they were giving up a ton of explosive plays, right? Their pass defense was 32nd in the National Football League forever, right? So they move him back to safety. Or Darius Washington's playing the other safety, right? So from a communication standpoint, front to back, Roquan handles the front, Kyle handles the back, or Darius chimes in, and then Marlon Humphrey is playing nickel full-time now. If you remember back, Kyle was playing dime. He was playing nickel. He's playing big nickel, first and second down. He settled in at safety. They got a couple players back from injury. Big baby Michael Pierce is back. He missed 4 or 5 weeks. Travis Jones missed some time on the defensive line. Van Oy's
killing it.
Killing it.
I believe he'll be joining us tomorrow, Kyle. Keith Van
Nice.
Keith
Brandon Stevens is playing his ass off at one of the corners. And then the rookie, Nate Wiggins, out of Clemson, he's coming into his own. So this thing's turning into a juggernaut again.
Yeah.
I mean, with the offense the way it is, now they got this thing fixed on the other side. You don't want to see this group.
Did you see him come into? He said all 5 losses are by a combined 22 points.
Wild.
And then he knows that much about some changes in the last 3 weeks. And obviously he was the DC over there at Baltimore at one point. But when you watch him, and I saw Harbaugh working out on Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see him? He's rolling up this chain. He was doing this number here with his forearm workout. He was doing bench, I think, at one point.
Beast.
He was doing pull-ups with weights around his waist in there.
John?
John Harbaugh.
So I spent 4 years there with him, right? His initial staff, I was on that initial staff in 2008, and I don't think he missed a day down there.
In the gym?
Starting back in 2008.
Jocked.
He's been the head coach there for 100 years.
We never talk about him being jocked ever.
No.
Because remember, him and Vrabel almost got into a fight.
Yes.
You remember that?
In the playoffs, yeah.
No.
No, that was before.
It was in a regular season. Then they ran into each other in the playoffs. But there was a stepping on the logo situation that happened. Tennessee Titans, Mike Vrabel, come into Baltimore. They did it to everybody, they said. Before the game, they stand on the Raven. Then there's almost a fight. And then Harbaugh and Vrabes are kind of talking. And we just assume that nobody would want to fight Vrabes. Probably an accurate assessment.
Still true.
And I think he says Luke Fickell, though, is the one that will... Now he's got to figure it out over there.
No,
I don't think they're
state champion.
Yeah, he's state champion wrestler. I guess he is the one that Vrabes fears. They are best friends. But other than that, I think Vrabes is good.
Skinny now too.
Well, he's going through a lot over there.
He is very stressed.
There had to be a fist fight every day
They got really
in the Harbaugh house growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
You see,
so those guys, they don't care.
yeah, competition. All they talk about is competition. Who has it better than us? Nobody. They were living in a car at one point. So, is it good? Yeah, it's great actually. Remember that. Don't ever think it's not. But him working out and then his team being the way it is, it makes sense why they are built the way they are. And it feels like Lamar and everybody's just bought in completely. It is so fun to watch this team. Derrick Henry, perfect signing for them this offseason.
Yeah, it's incredible. And that's why, to what we're talking about with the MVP not being, having to be submitted January 8th before the playoffs, because we are staring down a Bills-Ravens second round to go play Kansas City. Like that game almost feels like one of the biggest ones in recent memory in the second round.
Here's the projected playoffs. If it was happening today, you would assume Beals would be able to get a big win over the Broncos, but don't look now. Broncos playing okay ball.
True.
Yeah.
They would have to travel into Bills Mafia. It'll be cold as shit, but they're up there in the Rockies. They're used to a little bit of cold. Chargers-Ravens, another hardball bowl. How we doing? Keep it moving. We're talking about Ravens, obviously being one of the hottest teams in all of ball, not just in the AFC. And then Steelers-Texans. Now we got a barn burner there. Okay, so whoever wins that one goes down to take on Kansas City, you assume. Then you got a Bills-Ravens matchup in the divisional round, and it's like, here we go. But let's not rule out any of these other programs here, please.
True.
Any of these teams can win on any given Sunday. That's why they're in the playoffs. Although it does feel like the tops are starting to separate themselves from everybody else. And you look at the NFC, basically everything's kind of sorted and figured out except for that NFC South. And Falcons currently leading technically, but with the way the season unfolds, everybody's thinking Tampa. Don't you think that, Chuck?
Yeah, I think Falcons they're at Washington this week, and then they got Carolina at home, so they're going to win one of those games. Tampa's got Carolina and New Orleans both at home. They're going to win both those games, and they're going to leapfrog and win.
They should have beat the Cowboys too, Chuck.
Yeah, they were supposed to beat the boys. Remember, them boys had nothing to play for.
That was one of those deals you just saw that coming a million miles away.
I didn't.
If you guys didn't make any money on that, that's on you.
What?
Wow.
Coming from the guy who hasn't won a Thursday night.
Let's focus on tonight, Coach.
That's Thursday.
Okay.
Holy
Sunday.
Wait, he was here, picked every game. Did he pick
Christmas,
the Cowboys?
Sunday, Saturday.
Good point.
I'm on fire.
Okay.
You guys may not know it.
What about?
Did he?
No, you took Atlanta minus 8.5.
You took Tampa, you son of a bitch.
Tampa minus 4.5.
Tampa, excuse me.
You did.
I was just going against you guys.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Everyone took Tampa.
It would have been nice if you would have said we could have seen it come
What
from.
are you guys doing keeping those?
Track?
What do you mean?
What are you talking
You
about?
beat me. You beat me. If it means anything, we do have the full record from this past weekend.
Anyway, Carolina and New Orleans got to go to Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa's winning both those games.
Okay, maybe.
They were hot as
Panthers.
firecracker. They needed a little come to Jesus. That's good for them.
Okay.
Little reality check. Todd Bowles and those guys, a little reality check. We're going to be fine.
You think Riz? You think Riz is going to be able to just? You think he's just going to roll over? Do you think they call him rollover Riz down there in New Orleans?
Well, they were talking about that team not playing hard.
Yeah, he
this
rolled-
last
he
game,
rolled
and he
over
had to
on
get up
Monday
on the. He had to get up on the mic
Do you
and
know that
start
was the
defending our boys. Hey, they're
First shutout
playing.
of the year.
Are you watching the same game I'm watching?
Spencer Rattler. I don't know.
He had a good ball. He threw a good ball.
It was cold up there.
I agree.
That was crap. Should never have been on Thursday night. Crap.
Well, people are
It
scared
was
to.
Monday.
People are scared to flex Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Whatever night it was.
We are currently on Thursday, although it feels like Monday because we just took the last 2 weeks or 2 days off. 2 days felt like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, like after your kids get done and all the weight, yesterday felt like 3 weeks to me. Like I kept looking at my watch, and I had a flight to catch, but it was like 10:30, and then I felt like 4 hours later it was only 10:45. I'm like, what's going on?
What happened, man? That's good. Merry Christmas going slow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched
Take
the red one and
it
it went.
easy. Take it easy. That's what you need to do.
Once you get done, the kids, the boys in the morning, and then granddaughters around noonish, and then you get home.
Well, that's why you're supposed to have football, but
That's
the
empty.
games were so bad. The games were
Thanks a lot,
so
Texans.
bad.
That didn't help.
They were so terrible. Chiefs playing their best ball right now.
It's good. That's good. It's a good program.
Don't look now.
Same with
Pittsburgh
Baltimore.
actually moved the ball. They were 1 of 4 in the red area and 2 turnovers.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Russ, that concept they ran, and he threw the pick to Justin Reed, trying to hit the over route.
Freiermuth.
Pickens gets jammed at the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't get up and occupy the backside. That was you and I could have picked. All of us could have picked that ball off.
Well,
That
they
was
only got
horrible.
10 guys on defense. 'Cause
Who?
I guess one guy's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
We'll
out
talk to
there.
Mark Caboli in about an hour and 7-8 minutes or so to see what's going on in the Pittsburgh Steelers locker room.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a little bit of like, hey, we're kind of all rowing in the same direction except for one guy.
You know what time it is?
Multiple people have said that, right?
Yeah, I've
Cam
seen
Hayward
that.
came out.
Yeah.
Multiple players have
Cam,
come out and
Sean
said
Elliott.
like, we're not all on the same page. Most of us are. There's what are they talking about? Let's go to one after the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone, diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Is there a culture issue going on?
I don't know if it's a culture issue. There's definitely an issue on defense, especially the last few weeks. And if you watched the game yesterday, I I don't know if they don't know or they just don't know if he was good anymore. Or Travis Kelce was running wide open like 1,000 times yesterday. They just didn't bother to cover him yesterday. So that was interesting. And then the comments come out after he's right there in the middle. No one's around him. See?
Yeah, but he knows what defense you're running, so he finds the hole.
I don't know.
That's Travis Kelce.
I don't know. I don't know if that's sure. Look,
like watch, he's find your hole right now.
Nobody was within 10 yards.
Jeez.
Yeah, but Minka's
there's probably no
Minka's out there for the flat.
Yeah,
flat.
Exactly.
That's 3 under 3 deep fire zone coverage. You bring 5 players, right?
No,
you got to have somebody for 3. Here's the same scenario.
I think it's time for a players only meeting.
What?
Tony.
Wow.
Yeah. You want one?
Yeah, it feels like it's time for a players only meeting. Because
fan is calling for a players only meeting.
Yeah, I think it's time.
AP don't.
After every play, everyone on defense is doing this. We need to get that figured out, okay? I don't know whether that's a coaching situation, if that's a one-player situation. I've heard rumors of that one player. I'll let Colboli talk about that and see who it is.
Rumors?
I don't know who it is, whatever. But no, this is the perfect time. We got 11 days till week 18, and then the playoffs, and we're playing the Texans. They're fucking hot. They're a really hot team right now. So, no, I think we're in a good space. If we figure out, if you could just be like, hey, Travis Kelce's on the other side, we should probably cover him. If we can get that figured out, like Jamar Chase, week 18. Gonna have to cover that guy. Okay, he's on the team.
You better get some guys healthy. You better get Porter back in the lineup.
Thanks,
because 42 out there, like, no sir. And then 26 let Justin Watson run right by him for a deep ball.
Yeah, I saw.
And then Benny, what's his name? Benny Bean. What's 31?
Benny
the Jet.
He's a good West
Like he's a great. Hey,
good player.
Watch him out.
All he did was take away the ball when he's in there playing nickel. You got to get some guys back.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not on the
3 games, 11 days for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It was a nightmare.
Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs.
Jeez.
Got their asses beaten, all of them. It was a tough 11 days. Now you got 11 days to your next game. You can still figure it out.
Was Hard Knocks good? Because I refused to watch it.
Why you refused to watch it?
I'm not watching these. I lived that nightmare 3 times now. I'm not doing it. I don't need to see it again.
Oh, you think they'll showcase why you lost, and then Tomlin's going to have to speak afterwards, and that's a lot of tough losses. Double digits, Eagles. Ooh.
That one was ugly.
Ravens. Ooh. And on Christmas, guess who's coming to town? Chiefs.
Yeah, and they delivered a big bag of shit in my fucking lap.
The whole city.
Yeah.
And then they ate red velvet cake in your face.
With those stupid jackets on.
Those
Sweet
jackets,
jackets.
Come on. And his stupid,
they're cool.
His stupid hair. He can't even get up to dunk anymore.
No, what?
Jesus.
Come on. Travis's hair is very sweet. I actually thought to myself, man, I need to grow my hair back out.
I love it.
As I was looking at it. Because he was in a middle phase for a bit, and people were saying he looked bad. And it was like, he was just getting back to good flow.
Yeah.
He has good flow right now.
Get the wet bangs going on.
Oh, I almost thought about doing it. I almost thought about growing my hair out to get back to this stage of hair that I had at one point in my life. I think he looks amazing. Scoring tuds, dunking on your upright in your house on Christmas.
Ooh.
Where's the stuffing? Where's the steak? He said, give me it all. That's New Heights, baby. That's where he's going to.
Uncovered again. Can we?
That's a Cleveland boy coming into Pittsburgh with the Kansas City Chiefs
Did you
on
see the game
Christmas.
ball?
I can't even get up 10 feet anymore.
The cake?
Did you see the game ball? Well, the cake was red, right?
Yeah.
What are the Kansas City Chiefs? Like, they knew they were going in, and this game was over before it ever kicked off. Andy Reid's got a Santa Claus suit that fits perfect. He comes out of nowhere, and then he says, hey, your Christmas present is
home field advantage. Hour 2 on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Hi, how's it going? My name's Pat McAfee. Used to hold balls for Adam Vinatieri. Now I'm in his home state. College game day is absolutely electric. In Brookings,
College game day has made the voyage to Brookings, South Dakota to experience a game with the best fans in college football. I unfortunately cannot attend because I have a game this Sunday, so I sent a man I trust to make my picks. A man who was my holder for almost a decade. Please be nice to him. Welcome this week's celebrity guest picker, Pat McAfee.
Go
Go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Hosting Auburn. Yes, everybody saw this. The best fake punt in the world. What do you think, Pat?
I absolutely loved it all the way up until execution time. That is not one we like to show in the brand headquarters and punting and kicking world.
Oh, dance off. Oh, let's get weird. Yes. Duck that, huh?
Bang! Right off the top of the dome. That makes it a lot easier when you got a dummy standing right in front of you like that.
Running. Oh! Hanukkah! Daniel Russo!
Wax on! Wax off! Knee to the face!
World Series!
Go! Go! Yes!
These teams stink. With that 15, they celebrate by doing shotguns. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm going with the University of Virginia Cavaliers. That was great. Whoa! And I will never, ever in the history of my life cut against that ball. Oklahoma State is a win here. Not so fast again.
But I'm going Trey.
Please excuse my dumb friend Kirk. Look at this crowd. They've been out here since 4 a.m. College game day comes to town. They lose their mind. The population of this state is about 800,000. And when the Jackrabbits take the field, they're alongside all 800,000 South Dakotans. The Dakota marker was in Fargo for far too long. Today, 5 o'clock local time, the Dakota marker is back in beautiful Brookings, South Dakota. Terry School. They might be the Jackrabbits, but they're the GOATs today. Ladies and gentlemen, South Dakota State with the win.
Give me that by said.
No, don't do that. No. Leave coach.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, Dwayne, let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You ping! Stutter! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our holly jolly, humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Boxing Day, Week 17, NFL kickoff continued Thursday, December 26, 2025, 2 stars out. Football! It's a lot of words. Lot of words. I apologize for trying to get them all in there. Happy Boxing Day!
Happy Boxing Day, everybody.
Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino in the back. Gumpy, what is Boxing Day as a lad that was born and raised in the state of Canada?
Boxing Day, you used to put your feet up and watch NHL hockey, but they don't play anymore. So now we watch the World Juniors play hockey.
What? Okay.
Huh? What is?
I didn't know. Boxing Day is the day to put your legs up and watch the boys play hockey?
It's basically a holiday where it started with you used to give money to the poor. It's like a charity.
Okay, you guys said we're not doing that.
You took all the gifts you didn't want.
That's not
and
what it
you
is.
Boxed them back up.
Don't let this
and
guy
you gave
ruin
them
Boxing Day
to the less fortunate.
He's got an American flag flying in front of him. You guys might as well, from what I've been reading.
Welcome home.
USA, 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 USA. Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day, everybody.
I wonder if we'll all just do it now.
You should. It's a great holiday.
It does sound like we're kind of all...
You hang around and watch sports. What's better than that?
If we're taking anything, we're taking Little Santa.
Definitely
We've
Little
already
Santa.
taken Little Santa.
Because Little Santa,
here,
you
folks.
get gifts. Boxing Day, you give gifts.
Little Santa is when you put a little plate outside of your big old door, and then a little Santa creeps in and gives you a little gift to kick off Christmas.
You actually just have to put the plate at the table.
At the table?
Yeah.
I didn't see that in Red 1. And they went through a lot of stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of doubting Linto Santa all of a sudden, because Krampus was in Red One.
Illyria?
Learned a lot about, the Christmas witch.
Illyria.
Learned a lot about that.
You don't want Illyria rolling around.
You talking about Grella?
Yeah.
Grella's a dog.
Don't say her name.
I just...
Be careful.
You can say it once.
You've
not
said
3
Red One
times.
4 times in the first hour and 3 minutes.
That's because I loved it.
It was a great movie.
Did you watch it yesterday?
Yeah, I watched it a lot yesterday.
You see the part where the abdominal snowman put
3 of
himself
them.
back together?
3 of them.
Cut him in half.
Well, the issue.
Abominable.
I mean, I don't want to.
You just mashed that word. Hey, you just mashed that word together, and nobody will ever know. But I guess somebody did.
Yeah, well, Nick's sitting right next to you. Obviously, he hears you speak a lot. He's got ideas and opinions. I don't want no spoilers here.
Please don't, because I haven't seen it yet, and I was planning on watching it tonight.
Dwayne Johnson gets it right.
I came in today, and everyone was saying, "Hey, this is the best Christmas movie."
You got one night, dude, because we got to talk about it.
As far as concept goes, like, it was my favorite. Like, oh yeah, that's definitely how Santa does that, and Santa does that. And
Okay.
No, I'm being serious. Like, because I don't want to ruin it. As far as concept goes, the best one I've ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. And shout out to Red One becoming a Christmas class.
Yeah.
It was number 1 on Prime.
Wow.
I mean,
Number 1 on Prime.
He did 500 push-ups in 5
Bingo.
minutes.
I thought a lot of these Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of these Christmas movies don't they undervalue what Santa has to do.
Yeah.
And this one highlights all the shit he has to do, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how he pulls it all off,
Bingo.
but you got somebody with you that's like The Rock.
Yeah.
He can figure it out. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson. Not enough credit when it was in movies.
In theaters?
Should have never went to theaters. That should have been a streamer on Christmas.
I thought that was the plan all
From the
along.
beginning, that should have been. But they wanted to do movie theaters because The Rock respects the movie theaters.
And he said he saw it in IMAX, and he was like, "Holy shit, yeah."
Oh my God, I did see it in IMAX. Obviously, I was one of the people that saw it in theaters. But watching it at home, it is a little. You guys missed out.
How did Krampus and the reindeer look in IMAX?
Well, that's the thing. It's all coming at you, and then you're like feeling it.
The reindeer
too.
are jocked and
The
huge.
Krampus slap fight in IMAX, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, it was rattling.
Yeah.
You actually rattled. Happy Red One Day.
Happy Red One Day.
36 years as a football coach, 18 in college, including at the U, where Dwayne Johnson played football. 18 in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Pagano is here.
Yeah, Chuck.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Probably Elf.
Okay.
Really?
I like Elf.
You like it? You like his
I
spirit?
hadn't seen Red One. Should I check that out?
Yes!
Yeah, if you want your mind to
Did
be
that
blown.
do well at the box office then?
Did very poorly at the movie theaters.
But
if it was a streamer, it was number 1 on Prime.
You got a flight home today? Watch it.
And Prime was offering all the holiday classics you could rent and buy. It was very kind of them to do that. Paid $3.99 to watch Home Alone one time. That was very cool. Had 48 hours to
I think you
finish
could have got that one on Netflix.
yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Or Disney Plus.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But
No, it's
we need things to go on roll.
I know.
I got the holiday bundle, I think, from Prime, and it just one after another.
You get in one app and you forget, and you're just locked in that app, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I understand this is on Disney Plus. I don't want to hit back twice and go find it. So
Yeah, I don't want to re-sign in either.
Exactly. I'm gonna buy it for $3.99.
And it told me Jingle All the Way was about to roll in right afterwards. And then it told me Elf was about to pop in immediately afterwards. Then the Grinch, I think, found its way home. And then guess who? The Red One.
Yeah.
And that was good times. That was good times. You like Santa Claus, Scott Calvin?
I ain't seen that one.
You didn't see that.
All right. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen.
Charles.
This guy.
I don't even know how that's possible.
With Tim Allen? You sure?
Well, he's with Cranks, too. He's got Christmas
with the Cranks. Yeah, another timeless classic.
Could be. He doesn't know. Tim Allen's in multiple families. Jeez
Yes,
Louise.
I do.
No, you
No,
don't. Lie to us again.
No, you don't. I don't want to hear it. Joining us now is a man who also has little to no experience in the movie world like I do, but holiday classics. He obviously understands.
Holiday classics.
He's a father of 10. I assume yesterday was a great time putting things together. He is also a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, an Ohio State legend, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hall.
Yeah.
AJ, best Christmas movie of the year, Red One, obviously for the family.
Well, I saw Red One in the theater, and I took 5 kids with me as well. So, yeah, I think Red One was honestly the first Christmas movie where Santa is actually jacked, and they show him working out in the weight room, everything. It makes sense that that The Rock is part of it.
Yeah, and it was live action, so Santa's going to have to be a part of it. He can't just be sitting back the entire time. Santa had to be absolutely ripped. Speaking of ripped, how about those football games? Just ripped it from the NBA, Christmas as a whole. I said in the first hour, NBA, NHL should move to Christmas Eve. Just concede that this is how it's going to be, at least for the next few years. But I do appreciate the fact that LeBron and Steph, KD and Joker at the very end. I believe the Knicks took on the
Wemby.
Wemby and the Spurs, and then the Celtics lost to the
Philadelphia 76.
So all the stars were out for the NBA, which has kind of been the NBA's thing for a long time. This is when our season officially kicks off to the public. The NFL, even on Wednesday, came in and stole it. That started last year. It's going to be next year, too, on Thursday. That's a guarantee. What do you think of the football games? They were crop. They were absolute crop, those games. But, fantastic football players being played.
Absolutely. I felt like Chiefs-Steelers game was good. That was a fun game to watch. Obviously not if you're a Steelers fan, but I thought this one was a nice little one to kick it off. But then obviously for Texans fans, pretty disappointing the second one to be a massive blowout. But I had a good time watching that, watching Jage in the booth and everything. I think they did great.
Yeah, Jage did a good job, by the way, alongside Nate Burleson and Mr. Eagle. And then Kid Eagle and Greg Olson down there in Houston did a phenomenal job. It was nice. It was background noise. Yeah. It was good background noise. Like a lot of things on Netflix, on these streaming things, I think YouTube even, obviously, because you can just kind of one rolls in to the next one. It's good background noise for the holiday. And then whenever something electric would happen, you look over. And anytime Lamar Jackson had the ball, there was a chance that magic was going to happen on Christmas. And it continued to. He's going to win the MVP again, huh? Is that what's going to happen, Age? Because we got an AP voter here, and he's flustered right now. He is flustered with what to do.
Well, okay, I don't know what the protocol is. Is Tone, as an AP voter, is he allowed to get on the phone and talk with other AP voters and see where they're at and what they're doing?
Yeah. I don't care where they're at.
I like that. I like that.
Why would I give a shit what they think?
Where do you think they're at, Tone?
Huh?
Where do you think they're at?
Where do I think they're at? I think I have no idea because none of them think like me.
Good point.
That's
okay,
right.
I respect it.
You are the anomaly over there.
How many Cowboys
Who says it's just these three?
Huh? Jared Goff needs a look. Who's in AP Tone's current watch list for the MVP? Joey B. Josh Allen.
I mean, it's 40 touchdowns.
So here's some stats on Joe Burrow that we had before the Christmas games, and obviously they change for this entire thing. Joe Burrow had the most completions before Christmas. So let's take this for Monday morning.
Okay.
We got these stats. Yep. Monday morning. Most completions, Joe Burrow had 384. Geno Smith was number 2 at 370. Most pass yards, Joe Burrow had 4,229. He's best in the league. Jared Goff is at second at 4,095 yards. Most pass touchdowns, Joe Burrow had 39. Most in the league. Number 2, Lamar Jackson, 37. So go ahead and count that as a pass tie. Most passing first downs, Joe Burrow, 215. Number 2, Jared Goff, 206. Most total first downs, Joe Burrow, 229. Lamar Jackson, 220. So I don't know how many he picked up yesterday.
Quite a few, I'd assume.
I do. I do not know, but obviously Joe Burrow's got another weekend to kind of take back the lead. Most total first downs, same exact thing, 229 to 220. Most EPA on passes.
Yep, this is the one.
Which is the terrible one.
Can you explain that for people that might not know?
Expected
points added.
Points added on passes? I don't think so. Joe Burrow, 108.7. Lamar Jackson, 84.6, number 2 in the league. EPA. Expected.
I don't think they're thinking he's going to add 100 points.
Clinic earlier on EPA.
And at most clutch weighted EPA is another stat that Hembo sent over.
That's awesome.
This one's the coolest one. Joe Burrow, 103.9. Josh Allen, 95.8.
Okay. Wow.
But that could have changed yesterday because Christmas, how clutch can he be?
Yeah.
Weighted?
No, yeah.
The weight of Christmas? International audience?
Every throw is clutch then. Every single throw is clutch, right? If it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Santa Claus is looking.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch Joe B go up against that Denver defense because they're pretty salty. And Surtain will line up and be across Chase. That'll be a good one to watch.
And what was that stat about the Bengals and who they've played and who they've beat? I guess there was a tweet that was put out this morning. Once again, we did not fact check it, but it was certainly put into our sphere. So I don't know if it's real or not. I do apologize. Who have the Bengals beat this year? They're saying
No starting quarterbacks, I believe.
That's what the tweet said.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, I have not looked into that. That's right before we go live. But they're basically doing the college football talk. Who have they beat? Who have they beat? Who have the Bengals beat?
Herbie put out this tweet?
Herbie did not put out the tweet. I've seen a lot of things said about Herbie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Here's an insane stat entering week 17. This from Ben Baby at Ben_Baby. The Bengals have not beaten a current QB1 all season. The opposing starting quarterbacks in Bengals wins this year were Andy Dalton, Mac Jones, Deshaun Watson, Minshew, Rush. Minshew was a starter for the Raiders, I think, at one point.
He was. He started the season.
Cooper Cush, Will Levis, and DTR. We should maybe fact check that a little bit, but that was the tweet that got sent in there. The Bengals haven't been able to stop anybody.
No.
And they're playing backup quarterbacks who are able to do it. That's going to inevitably be their downfall. Yep. The amount of losses that Cincinnati Bengals have had, just like 5 losses for the Baltimore Ravens, are inevitably the reason why they're not the top of the MVP conversations, because normally it comes from a team who's first or second in the amount of wins going to the quarterback.
That's how, Dak came in second last year in MVP voting, and they were, 12-4, 12-5, whatever they were. Lamar ended up winning it because of their record. I think they were 14-2 last year, but Dak had the better stats. So, each year it's a different thing, but Josh, Lamar, Saquon, Joe, all the stats these guys have this year would have easily won last year, and they all have put up MVP seasons this year. So it's going to be very interesting to see who.
Been a great season from the superstars. Josh Allen's offensive line says we know who should win this one. Mm-hmm. They gifted him an iStat MVP Josh Allen jersey logo.
Yeah,
clean. His hair also, by the way.
Love his hair.
His hair. We were just talking about Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen also, he's in love, he's engaged, he's balling. He's got that now to wear around his necklace that's going to be flat. Think of the lights when he's walking in the stadium. Mac Hollins going to walk in there barefoot, shirtless.
Yep.
He's going to steal the attention.
Wearing a bear.
Yeah, bingo. A whole bear, like it's that movie that Leo was in.
Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah, and then Deion Dawkins going to walk in, look in. So sweet, whatever it is. And then Josh Allen's going to walk in there. He's going to have a little strut a little bit, and that thing's just going to be glitz and glamour at all. Do you think the offensive line is right? Do you think this is finally the year, Age, that Josh Allen wins the MVP? Because that was kind of expected until Lamar Jackson goes bananas over the last 2 weeks. I think the timing in which the Ravens had a bye, which was ultimately good for the Baltimore Ravens. They had a bye, then they had their 3 games, Giants, Steelers, and then Texans yesterday in 11 days. So they had a little break leading up to this, knowing they were going to have a tough go. But during that bye week, Josh Allen has that 6-touchdown performance against the Rams on prime time. So everybody just assumed it was going to be Josh's year because he's never won it. And there has been that push in the past for people to win MVP that have won. Remember, Russell Wilson, whenever he was with the Seattle Seahawks towards the tail end and with the Broncos, not this year with the Steelers at all, but at the end of the Seahawks, remember opening week, it's Russell Wilson has never won the MVP. Every time he was on TV, it was like they were trying to drive up him winning the MVP. Is that happening with Josh? He's having such a good year. Do you think that pendant is going to become one that's maybe next year we'll wear this? How do you think it goes, Age? Legit. How do you think?
Man, I thought Josh was running away with it for a while, probably like most people were. You thought, okay, yeah, Josh is going to do this. He has the 6-touchdown day. But then Lamar just keeps doing it over and over again, especially when it matters. And these games towards the end, we know you got an AP voter right there in studio with Tone. Recency bias, I think, definitely plays a role here. And both these guys are playing great. But, man, Lamar feels like he may have a little edge right now.
Yes, especially coming off of Christmas, the ass beating. An absolute ass beating in front of the entire world of the AFC South champion. It's just like when people were talking about the Chiefs-Steelers outcome. It's hey, the Chiefs haven't been playing great all year is what the conversation was, 15-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absurd.
They're 15-1.
Yeah.
Which is a hilarious amount of wins to have in a season.
Who'd they lose?
15-1.
Is that stat where they haven't scored 30 points?
Because they scored 29.
Yeah,
so it's they haven't played good. They haven't played good. The Steelers are a good team. Steelers are considered a good team. Now, they've lost 3 straight against other good teams, so where do they rank against good teams? But what the Chiefs did to them, it's when the Chiefs have to play their best ball, they're going to play their best ball. They're doing that right now. Feels like the Baltimore Ravens are doing that as well. Buffalo Bills, hopefully, are able to do the same thing. Then you look at the NFC. Who's going over there? Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles are the team that's going to go over there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Vikings?
Wow.
What about the Vikings with how they're rolling? What about the Packers with how they're rolling? What about the Lions? Obviously, Jared Goff, conversation for MVP if it was any other year for what he's been able to accomplish, but all the injuries that they have. It's like, does anybody separate themselves on the NFC side? And then on the AFC side, it's all like, can you beat the Chiefs? That's how it's going to be for the next, 10, 15 years?
You look at that NFC, the only team that you don't really trust right now is the one with the best record in Detroit because of the injuries on the defense.
You're not talking about Rams, Falcons, Commanders. You're talking about the top.
I'm just talking about those top ones, the Vikings, the Eagles, Packers. Hafley's done a phenomenal job with Green Bay's defense, and they've got an offense. Love is playing lights out. They can score at will. I guess Watson's going to be okay, right? Christian Watson. Mm-hmm. He avoided a major knee deal. Vic's got the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Carter, and those boys, those young DBs, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. They're the number one defense in the league. Now, they gave up a bunch of points a week ago. And then B-Flow with Minnesota. I mean, my Lord. You tell me. I mean, and so, like, Detroit's going to have to outscore everybody. Mm-hmm. But if Aaron Glenn keeps working magic with this group, with as many players as he's lost every single starter. Maybe Campbell's the only guy, right? Foxy left on that
yes,
deal.
Sir.
And Brian Branch.
And
maybe,
Kirby Joseph.
And Kirby Joseph. Those two safeties are – but what he's doing, wow. And that was against Chicago. We'll talk about them later, that last win. But I just don't – against these against KOC, LaFleur –
he deserves all his little flowers. Mm-hmm. And Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. And Jalen Hurts.
I mean, you even go down the list down there. You look at Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Rams. Their offense with McVay is going to be able to do stuff if they need to in a big moment. Jaden Daniels has obviously proven that in the biggest moments, he and Cliff Kingsbury can cook if they have to. Scary Terry and Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, have the highest, I think, QBR and percentage in the entire NFL together. So, like, every team in the NFC has offense. Every team in the
and as good as Baker was playing with Mike Evans, if they get in, nobody wants to see him either, because he can get hot in a playoff game.
Can the Lions stop all these juggernauts to make a run at a Super Bowl?
I don't think it's going to matter if we can stop them. We're going to outscore them. We have one of the best offenses in the league, and on the defense,
you're going to have the best offense in the league.
And I think they can do that. And like Coach said, if they do pull this off and make a run, it will be the greatest coaching performance by MCDC, by Aaron Glenn, and something that will help. I believe Anzalone will be back. Yes. And then, like, if we get the NFC Championship, they think Carlton Davis might be back.
And Hutch, right?
And then if we make the Super Bowl, we'll get Hutch back. But obviously that's all a stretch. But I just think the offense is so good. And the way they play, they can pound the ball and hold the ball for like 7-8 minutes, shrink the game, and hopefully win it that way.
Shout out to Ragnar and the boys. AJ made a response whenever you started talking about Hutch coming back.
That was weird.
AJ, your face. We can see your face. Can you show
what did I do, though?
We see your face like that. Whenever he said Aiden Hutchinson, if we make the Super Bowl, he's going to be back. You had like a...
He went...
I think he'd get back for the NFC Championship game. That's part of the reason. Why wait for the Super Bowl? There's no guarantee you're going to win that game. But I did want to ask Chuck, does Chuck feel confident that any of those NFC teams could beat the Ravens, the Chiefs, whoever they meet in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think they've got balance. They can score points, and they can play great defense. You look at Minnesota, if they get there. Detroit is the only question mark with just because of the players that are missing. Green Bay can do it.
Eagles definitely can do it.
Eagles can definitely do it. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all those guys on the defense, they can rush the passer.
Packers are getting a lot of push right now.
A
ton of push right now.
A lot of people saying, hey, look at the push on the Green Bay Packers.
A lot of push.
They're getting a big push right now. It's not like unwarranted. Like when you watch them, they are unbelievable.
Jordan Love deserves a big old push.
Yeah. He's getting his push.
That's they've stayed healthy and they're actually starting to get
right?
Yeah, they're starting to get healthier
And what time of year is it?
I mean, it is Toyotathon right now. So,
I saw that.
Everybody knows.
I saw that he knows.
He knows. He was wearing the sweater, so he gets it. And their defense, we've said it all year, but that was always the Achilles heel. It was like, hey, when it matters, defense and special teams is going to show up. And McManus has been unbelievable since they've signed him.
I'm so happy for him. 55.
Yeah. In the conditions.
In those conditions, that is a bomb. Now he went to Temple, Philly, dude. So like, I don't think, cold is ever going to be a problem for him. But kicking a ball in those conditions, 55 yards, we're talking in a blowout too.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a boring,
right.
Like you can easily just. We've seen a lot of that happen here late in the season. That was pure.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely stroked from Brandon McManus. And obviously, he ends up leaving the Jags because of false allegations. And now he's on the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know Jack's Beach and everything is a little bit warmer, and you can see out to the bay and yada, yada, yada. But could you imagine where he was mentally? He probably thought it was all over. Think about it. Embarrassed, everything that takes place. Then there's an investigation. He gets completely... You are good. And then he signs. You didn't do anything. Then he signs with the Green Bay Packers, and now it's like, hey, we're on a Super Bowl push. Let's go. Just like you were on with the Denver Broncos. He's already won a Super Bowl. So you're talking about big moments. McManus has already made those picks. And he was thrown under a bus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Under a bus. Worst guy. This guy, everything. Bomb, bomb, bomb. So when you think about motivation and everything, when I see him hit that 55-yarder, I'm like, damn. McManus is pure right now. I mean, he is, and you're going to need that in these playoffs. There's a lot of kickers that are. Justin Tucker's back.
Oh yeah,
Justin Tucker's back.
Last couple.
I saw that thing. That ball flight is.
It was the Wolverine commercial.
You think so?
Or whatever that was, the Raven deal they
Craven?
Yeah.
I mean, he was all jacked up.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
That was on purpose, right?
You think that's what got him back?
Absolutely. Because he was the star in that, right?
Yeah, him and
when's that never happens.
What?
We just throw these kickers under the bus like Matt Ariza. I mean, he gets.
Nah, he's on the Chiefs.
He's hitting bombs.
He's hitting. He had a 72-yard punt.
Look at what they're trying to do to specialists around the NFL.
It's unbelievable.
Of late.
I don't like it. He should have got this before. The way he hits a ball, I don't want to say short.
It just looks good. Whatever it is, it looks like it's just popping off his leg.
Pure. It's just like and it's in that wind too, not easy with it all. His drop is just like the exact same every time. And then his leg I think he had a 72-yarder yesterday. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 72 for a touchback.
Damn.
And it just went to a commercial break. That would go for 72 yards. They just go to a commercial break. I'm like, what the fuck? The dude just hit a 72-yard missile out of this. And he hits it low over returners' heads, too. Like he's playing the game, like the way. Because he
gets on his horse and he's down there. He's part of the coverage team a lot of times.
Yeah, like and Tobe, obviously, special teams coordinator over there. Great special teams coordinator. They got Hall of Famer offense coordinator, Andy Reid. Head coach, Hall of Fame, you get it. He's calling the offense. Hall of Fame D coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo. Hall of Fame special teams coordinator, and Dave Tobe. And then you look at Butker, seems to be back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seems to be back. Missed an extra point, 48-yarder. Can't be.
Yeah. Well,
can't do that.
Can't be. Is that an invisible gun that guy just...
Is that
so
what
refs are looking for that now? Refs are looking if you're showing off.
So I missed that because so that's what they ended up doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
they got the bag. They got that thing out of there. They grinched it. And then on his way out, he said, that's what I'm going. It's that cool.
Still packing.
Let's be cool here.
That was a college deal, right? And so the NFL officials started to say, okay, look, they're starting to do, this was mid-season.
Oh, we remember. Remember the guy? Pulled the gun.
South Carolina.
Open up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pulled the gun out, pulled two of them out, and then bang, 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 and then actually put them back in and put a shirt
Poor
down.
officials, they're showing them all these videos, right? What they got to be able to look out for.
Okay,
We're having a hard time calling.
Let's be cool. Be cool here.
The funny part was
nobody wants any problems.
A lot of Twitter accounts clipped that part. They just clipped the stealing of the gifts and then end before that and said, how's this getting flagged?
Which I could see, that's good internet. That's good narrative
It got
building.
community noted. I saw it got community noted, though.
Oh, it did?
Okay, that's good news.
Yeah.
That is good news.
What did it say? Later he pulled up to show the...
How about
had that thing on?
Yeah, it did. Said he brandished a fake gun or whatever. That's why they got penalized. And the
I
others
don't think
did.
it was registered either. I think that was
Oh, really? Stolen invisible gun?
Which in PA you have to, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Shave the number off.
Yeah, they did. It was sawed off too. They said also had a sniper.
Nice.
Compression
Lord.
on the end of it.
Yeah, silencer.
Yeah, silencer. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Yeah, that's because when you lift it up, you saw it went all the way down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, because it had the silencer compression on the end. And that normally takes, 6 to 8 months, Bill, to get heat overnight.
Yeah.
He somehow got that in Pittsburgh, too. I don't know. You got to watch those local laws. I wonder if he did check with the local laws for his invisible gun. Play it cool. And the cop going,
Is he?
Is he trying to show off his abs here?
What the?
That's a gun. That's the person you just robbed.
Got a gun.
He's doing it to the person. Nope. Gotcha. I know what you were thinking. You were like, oh, it's just my belt. No. I know what you were thinking.
That just got that guy a playoff game, too, that official.
The ref goes, oh, I seen that. Oh, yeah, that's cute, huh? Okay. You're going to try to intimidate the person you just robbed their presence, huh, Grinch? You're going to have a little gun in there? Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll get it over with.
By the way, we haven't talked about it yet. 62 looked pretty good at left tackle yesterday.
Yeah, he did. And also, you see Chris Jones tweeting about him?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jones has a new profile picture. It's Joe Tooney with sunglasses on and a flat bill.
Beast.
And he said this dude's the coldest dude on earth, basically. He said he's a dog in the tweet. Tooney goes from being all-pro guard and like interior offensive lineman for the Chiefs. Best one they got. Best offensive lineman that they got. And then this is Chris Jones' new profile photo on X, actually. And a lot of people, I think, were like, Chris Jones has been hacked. Chris Jones has been hacked by a large white. Yeah. Okay, somebody is taking over. There's a crypto scheme about to come through Chris Jones's Twitter account. Instead, it was Joe Tooney, obviously looking phenomenally cool.
Yeah.
Stud offensive lineman. Then he moves out to tackle. AQ says, sorry, buddy, you got tiny little arms and a round gut just like me. That's what AQ was trying to put himself into Tooney's life.
Exactly.
Chris Jones said, don't you be trying to put your little round, short arm ass into Joe Tooney. Yeah. Okay? Joe Tooney does what he wants. He was getting to a spot, like everything that I've tried to learn about offensive line, like as that game's kind of running away, I'm like, all right, let's see how Tooney's doing out there, because obviously he looks different than most left tackles.
Yeah.
Tooney looks different. And it's like you could see what he's working. Like he is working to become a great left tackle. And it's like, what a guy to put his left up for the team. Say, hey, listen, I might get exposed out here. I might lose. I can have a Hall of Fame career in here, especially with how many Super Bowls we're about to win with Patrick Mahomes behind me. This is not a lot of people are going to offer themselves up to go to the hardest position that you could possibly go to just because you might get embarrassed. Your resume might get knocked. There might be some bad plays on your film all of a sudden. Instead, he did it for the team. That kind of goes to the entire culture of that Chiefs team, I think, even after all the success that they've had.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hats off to him. It's the right side. That's going to be a problem.
What's that?
Of the line?
They need Creed to go out there. They need Creed
Humphries. Yeah. Well, think about it.
It's the right tackle. I mean, he's either jumping offside, false starting.
He did hold. He got called for like 3 yesterday.
He got
74.
Three holds.
Jawan Taylor.
Like Taylor's got that snap count down. He's got that knee. Like he did with this thing, and he looked kind of knocked me.
Okay.
He jumped out of there.
Yeah, that was a good set. That was a good set.
But you think about Tooney, though, he got baptized. He had Myles Garrett, and then last week he had Daniil and Will Anderson, and then this week it was 56 and 90. So
Highsmith and Herbig.
What's
You
that
won't even
about?
say their name.
The numbers.
Huh?
TJ caused like 4 holding calls back
well,
and
no,
up.
I mean those are my guys. Okay, I mean that's how we talk to each other in the locker room.
So I see Robert Math. So I was very lucky to get to watch a lot of practices, as everybody knows. Whenever you watch pass rushers, Tier Link, JT taught this to the boys, rest in peace. Guy used to be able to drink a 30-pack in 5 minutes if he wanted to. We're talking Andre the Giant type drinking.
Jeez.
Every night.
Every single night.
Weapon.
Absolute weapon.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I think people would put him as the greatest D-line coach of all time. I think everybody that played for him would say the same thing. But I would watch them work. I'd get to hang out down there and watch them do their thing, mostly because I thought Tierlink was hilarious. So I wanted to see him kind of operate. He was normally on a golf cart or fucking doing his shit. And they would teach, like, hey, we're not watching the ball. We're watching outside of knee on tackle. When knee moves, whole body's moving. So even if the head moves, anything like that, if there's a hard count, anything, there is nothing that we're looking at except for that knee. So when that knee moves, we're off. So when everybody was complaining about the offensive linemen kind of getting off early, I always wondered, like, oh, they're not looking at knee. Because if that was Robert or Freeney or any of the guys with Tierlink, the offensive tackles would be off early, but those outside linebackers, defensive ends would be off with them immediately. Feels like that doesn't happen.
Most teach the ball.
Why is that?
They worry about false starts, cadence. Everybody's so good at cadence, things like that. But it makes all the sense in the world to go off that guy's movement. When that guy moves.
Because everybody's complaining about these tackles. They're leaving early. They're leaving early. It was like, well, I watched the guy literally teach, like, hey, who cares about that ball? This is you in the tackle right now. That
Especially on obvious pass downs. When they know, you know that it's a pass. That's.
How'd you feel about Teej yesterday?
Teej was great yesterday.
It didn't look like his ankle was holding him up that much.
No, not
Did
at
a
all.
couple. There was a couple little.
No, like he got a bunch of holding calls. He got a bunch of pressure. I mean, Mahomes is so hard to get down. Tej was not the issue.
Who are they talking about, guys? Who are we talking about? Who's the guy? Who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing? What are we talking about?
I'm talking about all defensive ends, not.
No. I'm sorry. I know this. I'm talking the Steelers specifically. I know you guys talked a little bit about earlier. All the weird rumors. I know we have Kaboli, so that's a good tease for Kaboli.
Yeah, we'll have Kaboli in 30 minutes. He'll tell us. It sounded like there was a lot of people pissed off about something going on, and that's like so opposite of what the Steelers have been ever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking not the Tomlin-led Steelers. I'm talking ever.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers are never like that. Now, granted, there's always been some people, that have been, I don't know, superstars, but have been, kind of fringe. Like we're on the edge. We're on the edge. Since the beginning, Steelers have had guys on the edge, but they've all kind of rode in the same direction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's kind of like the treat that is this year. Without further ado, I would like to say it's an honor to be up for the funniest cracker of the year.
Congratulations. Amen.
Oh, yes. Congrats. I was pumped to see that. I was excited.
Yeah, he was one of them.
Me too. I was excited. Yeah, I just thought of all the players, like literally you go all the way back to the Kevin Green era, brother, and all them, all the way through. Like there's always been Steelers that have been, very, very, very good at football, but also have been, on the edge is kind of a good way to describe it. Bill Cowher actually wanted people like that. Mm-hmm. That is kind of how he wanted his team to go. I think Tomlin's the exact same thing. So it's an honor to be up for Funniest Cracker of the Year. Mr. AB, thank you so much for the nom.
Hey, congrats, man.
We are in award season around sports media. Yep. I think it's the only one I was up for. It is an honor, I'm excited to see if Joe Biden wins this one.
Yeah.
Or
who votes on this? Do we know?
I think it's just AB. If I had to guess, it would just be
Judge Jury execution.
I trust it. I trust the process.
It is an absolute honor to be nominated.
That trophy sitting on your desk
against a lot.
That's a great trophy.
Great.
We need that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's.
Yeah, move over national championship.
I don't know what this one's for, but it got brought to the desk, and you might as well put that thing front and center. Just like those belt buckles. I'll put those belt buckles on. You're supposed to win those.
Oh, yeah.
I'll buy them. Put them on.
Why not?
Act like I did. Make me feel like I'm a champion or something, although I can't rodeo. This thing, national championship of what? Who knows? Charlie Baker brought it in. Mm-hmm. I won it.
Yep.
I won it. Mm-hmm. I won this thing. How'd you win it? A guy brought it right over here, brought it to me.
That's right. So.
Won it. Funniest Cracker of the Year potential. That's a big deal.
That'd be so
That is a big deal.
It,
good luck. Thank you. Good luck to all the other finalists.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
It is an honor.
Kevin Hart.
Very funny. I don't know. I don't know how he feels to be nominated.
Sure.
I don't know how everybody feels about being nominated, but I do know the founder of Alabama Jones, his tires promo with Jage.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
So good.
Yeah.
This dude's hot bat. Hey,
Hot bat.
Yeah.
hot bat feels like. Dude, feels like. Dude has a real hot bat. Did you see this yesterday, AJ? Here is a Tires Season 2 commercial / Netflix NFL commercial with friends of the program, Jage and Shane Gillis.
This is J.J. Watt, greatest defensive lineman of all time, very famous. Well, he's here to do a commercial for us, and it costs a lot, so smile, Kyla.
Shane.
Hey, JJ.
Wait, do you guys know each other?
Yeah, we know each other. We played football together at Bishop O'Hare Middle School. He used to bully me all the time.
Wow.
I didn't bully you all the time.
He wrote a love letter from me to our second grade teacher.
That's just good, clean fun.
She got investigated.
Shouldn't have been writing those letters.
He tells customers I love them all the time.
Shut up, dork.
Ah, I see. You're still doing it, huh, big guy?
I see you're still doing it.
Doing what?
Being a crybaby. JJ Wow. Little JJ Wow. That's what we used to call him. Should meet his brother TJ. He's the man. JJ? JJ was the crybaby. What are you doing here, crybaby? We don't sell tissues.
I don't need this. I'm out.
No, wait.
Send a check.
Where were you on that one?
Me?
You gotta have my back.
I'm not gonna defend you. We both would have gotten beaten up.
I would have had him.
Oh, okay. And thanks for ruining the commercial.
Season 2, I believe, April, May, or May, June. I forget what he said on game day. JJ, that's not Joe Tini in Chris Jones's profile photo.
I thought that was Creed Humphrey. Yeah, I thought that was Creed Humphrey.
Not all white people look the same either.
I saw it.
Okay?
I saw it.
That's Creed Humphrey.
Should have said something. I'm sorry.
Hey, I saw you looking at it sideways. Not all white people look the same. Okay? Everybody needs to have a little bit more respect for this entire thing.
It's tough with the beard and the sunglasses.
And no Caucasian.
Exactly. You see how that would maybe be Joe Tooney.
Yeah, we Carhartt right across the. I mean, there's a chance. Hey, Creed, you look awesome, dude. Just like we've been saying this whole time.
Joe looked just like that.
Tooney's a little whiter.
Okay.
In truth, he played with the Patriots. He did.
You think Chris Jones knows?
Mate.
He wanted to put over the whole offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting. No, we're not going to. Because we're idiots doesn't mean Chris Jones is.
No.
We don't need to put that on him. Tire season 2 coming up. That was phenomenal. That was a great ad. That was a good ad.
Yeah.
You see, Lindsay Lohan was on saying, the NFL is live on Netflix on Christmas Day. We were watching it.
Her comeback.
Oh. We know, Lindsay. We're watching right now, actually. But I appreciate that she was a part of it.
Strong
And
comeback.
I do appreciate she's back.
Yeah.
She's seemingly all the way back.
They had all the stars in between the breaks doing that.
Like who?
Well, they had Mariah Carey. They had her.
Oh, Mariah Carey was awesome. Her singing in between both of them, All I Want for Christmas Is You, before each game started. I thought that was a very nice touch.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. That's how they kicked the whole thing off.
Mariah Carey was singing? Live?
Not live. No, it was like a pre-recorded video with a bunch of AI, CGI, whatever the hell they're doing now. But it was awesome.
See, there's a Mariah Carey internationally.
Yeah, bingo.
You know, that's like the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson worldwide. Everybody knows him. So 200 countries Netflix is in. At least somebody in every town will say, oh, Mike Tyson, I'll tune in. Yeah. You do word of mouth. The NFL, I think everybody's an NFL fan when Super Bowl comes around. But how many international names are playing yesterday? We know Patrick Mahomes, obviously. Travis Kelce, definitely. Lamar Jackson, we would hope, but he hasn't played in the Super Bowl.
Hopefully.
Russ.
So we don't know. Russell Wilson with Sierra, obviously, with how long he's been around. His name is obviously very well known. The Steelers' name, very well known. Chiefs, very well known. I guess C.J. Stroud and the Texans were kind of the new kill on block here.
Not good.
But Beyonce represented for City of Houston.
That's true.
And that's why they had Kreischer. The machine. International.
Nate Bargatze also stopped by the set with the McCourtys and Laura Rutledge. Have you seen his special?
I have not. I saw him on the set, but I had not seen the special. Good?
So good.
Definitely
I like
worth
his
watching.
I like his delivery, yeah. I like it.
Doesn't swear either. I'm just watching it going like, this guy's so good. He was on game day. I forget how he just crushed it. Just so casual, so calm. Just kind of walks out of there. Him talking about everything he talked about was like maybe the most relatable I've heard somebody speaking in a long time.
The SNL, the SNL thing that wasn't huge this year.
Yeah, biggest clip probably, except for Che and Jost writing each other's jokes.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Phenomenal.
That was very good. They said a word in there.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
That we didn't know. The internet didn't know if the mainstream was going to let back. The internet's certainly been giving it a big push.
Yes.
A big push.
Huge push.
Big push for a while.
What was that?
America voted to bring it back.
Kind of.
Yeah, you're pretty familiar.
You know. Speaking of a big push, Pete Carroll is allegedly putting a big push to come back into coaching. Maybe the Chicago Bears, AJ, I asked Adam Schefter, I said, is that a job, that is going to be highly sought after? I know it's an NFL job. I know there's only 32 of them, but the Chicago Bears obviously have been what they have been for a long time. Kevin Warren in charge over there. He'll get it all right, we all assume. He's president of NFL team. He's got it going good. And Schefter didn't tell us if the Bears are interested in Pete Carroll. More so just like, hey, Pete Carroll is definitely interested in this type of thing. How do you feel about the potential Pete Carroll comeback age? And what are your thoughts on hiring a 72-year-old to become your new head coach of a franchise?
Well, I think we all can agree that the Pete Carroll 72 is not the 72 that we think of. Like when we were little kids, the 72-year-old was basically dead. Like that's how things progress now. A 50-year-old is like a 20-year-old now. I'm saying it's good for us getting older. It's much better now. Like I feel like 60 is the new 30. Who knows?
Yeah, 70 is the new 50.
Bam, there you go. So Pete is Pete's like 48 years old basically in his brain, in his body, and what he does. But I wasn't trying to do any math right there. But I think, but first off, Did you go to the? Did they get any clarity on the whole situation? I know with Schefter online, just fighting with Florio, going back and forth. Who was right here?
Well, basically, Florio was implying, that an agent is telling Schefter what to say to get him back into this thing, and they're doing favors. And Schefter was saying, everything you're saying right now is wrong.
Yeah.
And I assume what Schefter was saying is, I can understand why you might assume this because we're talking about it now. Like an agent of Pete Carroll would certainly want his name floated back out during the coaching cycle. But you're wrong. Keep up the great guesswork and Merry Christmas, he said, which is very kind of Schefter because what he did to Doug Gottlieb was not a very Merry Christmas.
Sure. No.
It was a little bit different in that whole thing. Schefter then is implying, I guess, that he got that information from somebody else. This wasn't, in cases, this has maybe been true, but in this particular case, 'tis not. And I said on NFL Game Day morning that one of my Christmas wishes was no more anonymous sources.
Yes.
We should have brought that up
It was
to Schefter.
excellent. You crushed it again.
Oh, thank you for watching. You crushed it on the Indy kickoff show, too. We watch on Wish TV.
Oh, yeah.
Get a chance to watch you do your thing. Check in with Chuck. That's what we do, check in with Chuck.
Chuck checks in.
That's right.
Do you do that?
Connor was actually singing that.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorite little jingles, especially in the mornings. It kind of wakes you up. Chuck checks in. Chuck checks in.
You want to win? Listen to
Chuck checking in.
We love it.
Yeah.
Anonymous sources, though, make this entire business go around. Agents are always working. Coaches want their name in a carousel. I know your question for Schefter before we had to let him go was like, hey, what are the names that are going to be in this coaching cycle? That's a massive piece of it, right? Is you get elected, I think, not selected, is how a lot of people view this entirety?
Absolutely, and I think it would be good business for Chicago, for New York, anybody. Like if Pete Carroll, if you're Warren over there and you're the president, I'm reaching out just to gauge myself. Okay, I've got a Hall of Fame coach, I've got a Super Bowl winning coach, I've got a guy that's 1-1-1. I'm gonna find out. So whether it was somebody trying to get his name out there, I mean, we used to have guys like, hey, they know this writer at this paper in this city or whatever. Hey, look. Start throwing my name out there a little bit, whatever, right?
Oh, that was you were saying it?
No. There's, I don't know who.
Other people would do that.
Yeah,
not other people, not you.
But no, it would be.
Not Chucky P.
No, never.
It would be great, all right, for those presidents and whoever's in charge, like I'm reaching out to Pete Carroll. I'm going to reach out to whoever that is. Because to me, like trying to find the next Sean McVay, the next Matt LaFleur, right? When I got a known commodity out there,
Vrabes.
If the vision is the same, if you got Vrabel out there, you got a Pete Carroll out there, then why try to go find a needle in a haystack? I mean, these guys are great OCs and great DCs and all that, but the one thing we don't know is can they stand before the whole squad and lead that whole organization? Because it isn't just a football team; it's the whole building. You know that.
Trainers, equipment managers,
everybody.
Salespeople.
You gotta get in front of 175 people, 200 people, everybody in that organization, and say, here's my vision, here's our identity, here's going to be our process, this is how we're going to do business, and you got to get them all to buy in.
Bears aren't going to do that.
And then you're going to have to go through some tough times because you're probably going to a shit outfit.
Yeah, definitely. That's why the coach was fired.
That's why he's
It's
gone.
just like when a quarterback is drafted high. It's like whenever we hear college kids, not saying any in particular, comes from a lot over every single year. He doesn't want to go to a bad team. Well, he shouldn't be so fucking good. Okay? Because that's how this goes. That's kind of how this whole drafting thing goes. AJ was drafted number 5 overall. Packers were picking number 5. I think that's because their last season they weren't that good. Indianapolis Colts, we selected number 4 overall for Anthony Richardson. We earned that. Okay, there's a reason we were. New England Patriots earned that number 3 overall pick.
Yes.
Washington Commanders earned that number 2 overall pick. That's why the Bears situation was different because they got the number 1 overall pick from a trade from the Panthers, who actually sucked worse than everybody. So the Bears kind of had a head start almost. They get in there, they get an opportunity to pick their guy. Will Caleb work out? Very dependent upon who the next coach is. Very dependent upon who the next coach is and how we've kind of grade Caleb Williams' entire NFL career.
Well, that's why like Vrabel and Pete Carroll, it's such a perfect time for them to get back in because of like the Jim Harbaugh experiment in LA. Like I feel like because of how well he's done over there, it's like, hey, these guys can come in who have experience before and flip it immediately. And then you talk about guys like MCDC and like what they have done over a 3-year period. Obviously, Harbaugh immediately, they had the team, and I feel like that's almost where the Chicago Bears think they are. Like, hey, we have a team to go right now. We just need kind of a guy who's steering the ship the right way. But that's just, I'm saying that's how Bears fans are feeling.
What's your problem? Why do you keep saying the Bears ain't going to do that? The Bears ain't this. The Bears ain't that. It might be the Bears' time. They got number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams. You see him doing a scoop.
No, he's
scoop. He
hasn't thrown a pick.
Scoop. 9 games.
He might be the right guy. I think Bears fans would agree, though. Everything we've heard about Kevin Warren, like he's gonna have a bunch of control, and I don't think the first thing a guy like that is going to want to do is, hey, let's bring in Pete Carroll or let's bring in Vrabel, a guy who could immediately just neuter him and pee whack him and be like, hey, guess what? You don't have the control you think you do, pal. Sit in the corner, work on the feng shui, and shut the fuck up.
We don't know if that's how it is. This is just our thoughts looking from outside.
Exactly, but all those reports have come out that said, like, hey, they don't know if Pace is even going to be safe because, like, Warren is going to be the one who's really going to head up a lot of this stuff, and he might be the one who's going to be deciding on what they do in the draft and everything. No,
yeah, you said Poles you're talking about Ryan Poles.
He might not be safe. I'm saying Warren might can him, and then he's going to be, like, he's the de facto guy running the organization. Like, the reports have come out that, like, that might be the case. Like, so if that is what's going to happen, why would you immediately hire someone? Like, if you get Ben Johnson, that guy's never been a head coach before. So I'm not saying you can kind of, like, move him around.
Sounds like you as a Packers owner is trying to keep Ben Johnson out of the
I
NFC.
don't care. I don't care. I don't think Ben Johnson coming to the Bears is going to turn them into a 14-win team next year. I'm very happy with where the Packers are at right now.
A lot of information
I ain't gonna
gathering.
be losing any sleep about the Bears next year. Believe that.
You gave this speech about the Lions up at the draft.
That's different. Dan Campbell's a good guy. They've drafted very well. The Bears don't have an offensive line. They don't. Like, they have a lot of holes they need to fill. Caleb Williams is good.
On display.
Oh, is that?
That's going to be on display tonight.
That's the tail of the tape for tonight, you're saying?
2 starters out.
Oh, no. You coach at Chicago Bears? That's is that like a heralded place to coach at,
Are you
though?
kidding me?
Okay. So they have that.
George
they have the
Hallis?
tradition.
For sure.
103 years of ball.
You guys allowed to swear
What's he
there?
up to these days?
What's that? Yeah.
Fucker's been dead for 40 years.
Rolling over.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying.
His daughter's still alive, Virginia, so mind yourself.
And the fans love her, too.
Are they allowed to swear in this entire thing? You're not allowed to swear in the building, right? Isn't that a thing?
There's some cuss words that fly around.
Yeah, Chuck, how is it different than other organizations? We've heard like Chicago is the family, like real, like what, conservative.
No, it is. I mean,
they don't want to put their business out there.
All the McAfee, sorry, AJ. All the McAfee brothers work
Couldn't
there.
do that in the Bears organization right there, stepping on top of AJ like
I
that.
apologize. No, sorry to cut you off, but all the
I meant
brothers
to
are in
say
there.
tongue cut out, and I mixed them up.
George is in there. Pat is in there. There's 4 or 5 brothers. One runs the mail cart. He, drops mail off. I mean, it is a family affair.
I don't know if Vrabel's getting hired.
That's what I mean.
Do they stay out of the football stuff? Do they want to be involved like in all the day-to-day football stuff? Because that would make it tougher to bring in a Pete Carroll or a Vrabel.
I didn't get that vibe. They know what's going on. They got a pulse on the community, but I don't think that's. There they are.
Yeah, word on the street, Vrabel wants to coach at one place.
They're all in trouble.
What is that?
That is very real,
that?
I guess. Allegedly, Vrabel is very interested in being the head coach of the New England Patriots. That's been reported by multiple people. Tommy Curran, Greg Bedard, I believe Albert Breer has said.
So that's who Orlovsky was referring to whenever
I believe that is who Orlovsky was talking about when he said Vrabel might have a place already. And I think that's why, like, as much as the season's over for the New England Patriots, and like I said last week, I am behind Mayo. Or this week, actually. That was Monday. Holy shit.
Yeah, we took 2 days break.
Yeah, you forget.
It's a weekend.
Like, allegedly, that is very real. In the home game against the Chargers here, that's a huge one, I think, just looking at the future of the team. And I think we're going to win. I truly do, because I believe in the process. But then you talk about that game, then you talk about the Bills at home in a possible backup Bills game, or a possible, like, hey, we're only going to play our starters for the first half because we've already clinched. We can't become the 1 seed. We're the 2 seed. Like, it is what it is for Buffalo. Like, these last 2 weeks are very interesting for the New England Patriots because of the Vrabel time.
Okay, so when Vrabel goes back to go into the New England Hall of Fame,
yes,
while he's still the Tennessee Titans coach, he knew he was fired, he said, right? Whenever he got back into the Tennessee Titans building, something like that. He knew he had ruffled some feathers. And then when he spoke at the New England Patriots thing, what did he say? This is the greatest place on earth or something.
To live, to be a part of, like the whole. He put over New England insane amount. And that kind of led to everyone saying, like, oh, Mike Vrabel's the prince who's promised. Like, even though Mayo got hired 2 days after Bill Belichick, got let go or, forced out, whatever that
You canned him. Yeah. You fired him.
Even though Mayo got hired 2 days later, those 2 days before Mayo was announced, it was like, holy shit, Mike Vrabel might be the next head coach of the New England Patriots. So right now, that is kind of stirring in New England.
So I appreciate remember, McVay caused it, and we just chatted about it. You talked about a needle in a haystack. If you had a cup of coffee with Sean McVay, you're getting a head coaching job because you might be able to do what he did at the Rams. Look how young this guy is. Look how good he talks. He's super handsome. Wow, this guy's a genius. He can lead a team. Let's make him a head coach. And if you know him, you're a head coach too. Zach Taylor gets a gig with the Cincinnati Bengals because they had, 2 espresso shots together.
That's right.
Yep. I think they went down there, had 2, had a couple espresso shots. He gets a head coaching job. And we need to find the next McVay.
KOC.
Then KOC obviously comes straight from the Rams to get his head coaching. That was like a trend for 5 years, felt like. Everybody's trying to find the next McVay. Now MCDC has some success. Did you see his picture from Christmas? Great shirt.
So awesome.
Great shirt. And the way he operates is like a football guy who got a head coaching gig in the NFL, and he never wavered from that. Never thought he had to act any different. Never said, I'm gonna change who I am because I'm head coach of a team. Even when they stunk, he was the same exact guy. He has always had big, beautiful footballs.
That's right.
And a love of the game. Then Jim Harbaugh does what he's doing with the Chargers right now. It's like owners are very much monkey see, monkey do people. What is the trend? I'm going to do what everybody else does. Probably because it covers their ass, but also probably because they see success happen and they want to mimic it and mock it. It's a copycat league that is very real in everything. It's like maybe the culture builders are coming back into who's going to be a head coach. And I love everything about that. As somebody that's played for a lot of teams, the people that can build the culture, that's who you want, I think, as the leader. Need a good OC, need a good DC, obviously, but you need a building. And I think that's what people are going to look for going forward, hopefully.
I think you need someone with some presence. That's how you have longevity. That's how you have consistent winning over and over again. If you have someone that from the top, but also Chuck will know more than anybody. You got to have the support from the top, the owners, the GM. Everyone has to kind of be on the same page because they can absolutely sabotage a head coach.
The culture builders.
Big time. Mm-hmm. The other thing to your point, Pat, about those offensive head coaches that call plays, so many of these teams, when you do well, they lose that guy. So a lot of people, the narrative out there, and a lot of people are looking for the Ben Johnson type to be our head coach. He's going to call our offensive plays. So when we have success,
Kevin O'Connell.
We may lose KOC. Mm-hmm. We may lose Slowick. We may lose whoever, right? But the play caller, the system, the terminology, that's not changing.
Andy Reid.
So we get continuity there, absolutely.
Yeah, that is something.
But that guy may not be the guy to stand in front of the 53, the 90 during training camp, that whole building, right? He may be good at that.
Lombo says, are you a good play caller or are you a good coach? Got to be a good leader. It's hard to find. Coaches get fired a lot because it's very hard to coach, not only in the NFL, but everywhere. We thank all the coaches out there who have committed to other people's greatness, and we thank you for allowing us to do this for a living. Our show will continue digitally. We'll see you tomorrow for a Feel Good Friday. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. I think we hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the screws.
But, yeah, you need a leader. Like MCDC, the epitome of that hire.
So this morning I asked Coach, I said, hey, what if Ben Johnson watches how MCDC operates on a day-to-day basis, talks to the team, talks to the staff and everything, and says, I don't have that. And as a Lions mark, what if he says, I'll just be an OC for the Lions forever and score 1 million touchdowns?
Yeah.
Like, that's possible,
Greatest
I guess.
OC ever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
32 of them.
His name's been floating.
Dan Campbell will tell him eventually, hey, you do have it, pal. You have your own version of this. You need to go spread your wings.
And then he'll say, hey, bud, even if you don't, man, go get a 4-year.
Yeah.
You can come back here. Come back here if you get fired.
People will hire you, man. The little stumble shit you did, man, that's got you a job.
It's genius, brother.
Wherever the fuck you want, brother. So you definitely sign a 4-year, $25, $30 million deal, fully guaranteed. And even if you suck, man, you're going to get hired again.
And I think the allure of Caleb Williams, a lot of these guys who otherwise are in good positions like that and maybe didn't need, I think that is going to get a lot of people interested in the Bears. But it does. It's just and I think Bears fans would agree with this. It seems like they've done this carousel how many times in the last 15 years, and they've seemingly hired the wrong guy every single time. They've had opportunity after opportunity to find the right guy.
BA was right there.
That's what I mean. Stuff like that.
Remember that? BA was right there, and they went with the Canadian guy.
Mark Trestman, yeah.
You remember that?
And they fired Lovey.
Montreal Alouettes legend Mark Trestman.
Also Andy Reid that year as well.
Fucking beginning of the end.
Andy Reid was up for the Eagles then?
Yeah, we hired Trestman like 5 days after we fired Lovey, and he was hired like 4 weeks later by the Chiefs.
So you had BA and Andy Reid both available.
Lord.
And Lovey as a coach.
Everybody talks about Patrick Mahomes being available.
Lovey's 10-6, and they fired him.
Oh, because they can get better. This is just like what the Lions were doing for a while.
Yeah, with
until Sheila Ford Hamp came around. Sheila Ford Hamp came around and was like, I don't care if we're losing now. I got faith in the future. And it was like, she gets it.
Changed everything forever.
Thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, that's why you got to trust the process sometimes. Sometimes you go 3-13-1.
With an old
Continuity,
player.
but
You
it's,
gotta
a
hold
Burger,
on.
it's Burger King society. Everybody wants it their way. They want it now.
That's right.
Flame broiled, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Everybody gets flame broiled.
Yep.
Their little onion rings are a nice little offer.
So,
Yeah, they're
Chicken
delicious.
fries?
Oh, you know I like my chicken fries.
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
Amen. Cold beer on Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. In the radio world. That's real country music, ain't that right, Debo?
God damn it.
That's fucking real country music.
That guy cut his teeth in Nashville. God damn it.
This ain't country. Just play your hits.
He brought up what's the place in Nashville?
The Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, my God. He brought up that place earlier. And he's very passionate about that.
So you know, like the Grand Ole Opry is like, that's like.
I learned this. Yeah,
that's their mecca down there.
Yeah, I learned it.
Yeah, because all the dudes that I've been very lucky to get to know in the country music business, they all treat the Grand Ole Opry like it's a.
Yeah, it's like MSG.
They hold it up. Yeah, exactly. It is a country MSG.
Yeah.
It is the mecca of country music.
Learned this morning.
Yeah, because out of nowhere, it'll be like a tweet so emotional. Like somebody will post, so emotional that I get the opportunity to play the Grand Ole Opry. It'll never lose lust on me, how important and like all that. I think they become members too. I think you become like a member, and when you become a member, it's like it's a fucking massive ordeal.
That's sweet.
Would love to go down. Everybody's dressed up when they're at that. Like, I think that'd probably be a nice night out. You know, go ahead and put the boots on. Got a new pair of boots for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Put a new belt buckle on. Got a new belt buckle for Christmas.
Hell
Wow.
Put a new button down. Got a few of those.
Nice.
Put a new cowboy hat on. Got one of those. Maybe we just go down to Grand Ole Opry and experience life.
That's a good idea.
And we'll say, God damn it, that's country music.
Yeah.
But it is Nashville.
Beyonce playing?
What did Mitt say about country? Or
I don't know if she's played the Grand Ole Opry.
She ain't fucking cut her teeth in Nashville.
Dolly.
Damn it.
That's Dolly World.
Loretta Lou.
Dolly's been Grand Ole Opry.
Huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Built that place, goddammit.
Did she ever?
Morgan Wallen released like a voice memo of one of his songs he's working on for his next album.
Through the bars?
Good banger.
I don't think he's in jail yet.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to jail either. I think it's like a DUI camp.
Yeah,
thing.
he's not going to jail. No.
Good shout out to Morgan Wallen during the Tennessee game. He was. I'm sure he was frustrated.
He probably
picked one up and just put
thought
it down
about
in front
it.
of him.
Yeah, no doubt.
System's working.
A couple articles written about that.
Yeah.
Some other
Coach
things.
get let go yet? Tennessee.
I'll tell you, right? That was interesting.
That was hard. That was. I knew the minute those fat asses came running.
Oh my
out.
God!
Jesus
All right, let's get to a break. Let's get to a break. That is not what it is. They're thick. They're thick. It was a holiday season.
Dad bods. Who said it?
D-Butch, yeah. No. Yeah, I think it was D. No.
Was she?
I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
You know when you try to talk yourself into something like
it Mark
we're
Andrews?
gonna get these dudes. You know, hey, we're getting our ass kicked here in a few minutes.
Jeez. If we have to tell ourselves and everybody else, there's at least a question. Sorry, Tennessee will be back. Nico Iamaleava.
Dog.
Nuke.
I saw a lot of Tennessee fans going, no, he's not. Guy can't complete a pass. It's like, let's let him work. Let's see. You know, maybe not everybody shows up on campus as an 18-year-old, the perfect quarterback of themselves. What I want to let you know in between here, I don't care how much he's getting paid. In between here, with how that game was going, with how easily quittable that game was, he broke 2 helmets.
Yeah.
His backup helmet got cracked. He was taking massive shots and just continued to bounce right back up and get right back in the fight. Massive respect for that. And not that I'm saying any of Heupel's quarterbacks wouldn't be like that, because Heupel, I think, is a dog as well. But it's like, for how much money he was getting paid, allegedly, for how highly hyped he was coming out of college, for all the viral, him fucking spinning that thing forever. Cali kid, in that weather, with the way he was getting hit, that we were seeing like right in front of us, for him just to bounce back up, it's like,
They get beat 80-0 if he didn't play.
Respect, Oos. Respect. I'm excited to see what Tennessee becomes next year. Ohio State, Oregon, coming up on New Year's Day at the Rose Bowl. 5 p.m. Eastern kickoff. ABC, ESPN, I assume, will be live on ESPN 2. You know, I don't know Heupel as well, and I don't know Ryan Day that well either. I know Lanning pretty good. And I think AJ's got a pretty good connection to Ryan Day, you know? Maybe even Big Sean Perkins.
Oh, hell yeah.
Calling these games, you know, normally people get like a sit down beforehand. We've never really done any of that. No, we've sat down, but never with anybody.
No.
I think I'm trying to get a little bit more intel.
It'd be cool.
Going in.
Okay.
Can't be doing it too early, though, because we've got a lot of these in front of us.
Yeah.
Just during the game, it would be nice to have at least a little bit of a semblance of an idea of what plan is.
Sure.
I was talking to Dan Lanning yesterday.
Boom. Bang. That would be great to be able to say. Got a text this morning from Dan Lanning. Said the movie they used to motivate the boys this week was insert name of movie.
Red One.
Bingo.
And if that's the case,
Probably.
they're going to win by 50.
I don't know. We don't know what Ryan Day's showing.
Yeah.
If he's also showing Red One, we got an all-time instant classic.
Oh, 9 OTs at the Rose Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Some of the best football you've ever seen.
But yeah, I think we should try to, because what a game this is about to be.
Yeah.
Age.
Yeah.
Calling to national championship.
This is it.
Especially because they know each other. They played against each other. Both teams very different than they were at that moment. Both teams have had to grow since that moment. This Ohio State team, what they just did to Tennessee, they're going to be feeling fucking great.
Yeah.
And then Oregon in the Big Ten championship, it's like they got to be feeling fucking great. They had a lot of self-scout they've had the opportunity to do. It's like, I can't wait to be on the ground for this one.
So they're the 8th seed. They're the 1 seed. They're favored by what, 2.5?
2.5. First time since 2013 the number 1 team has been an underdog.
How about that?
Oh.
What does that tell you?
And sportsbooks watched that game against Tennessee and thought the same thing everybody did. Like, damn, they just humbled an entire conference.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what the conversation is right now. Everybody's pointing at, like, all the matchups. How did SMU get? How did Indiana get? And it's like, well, biggest blowout was actually Big Ten SEC game, Ohio State versus Tennessee. And they go, well, what? And it's like, that's the conversation all offseason. In Will Howard's caption, it might be 2.5 because of how Will Howard captioned his Instagram post. When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers. Tell them winter came for the Volunteers.
Awesome.
See y'all in Pasadena. I saw him skipping out of that tunnel before the second half. Ski mask on, no sleeves. And he was just skipping, doing a let's go. And it was like, I like the cut of this guy.
He's a feisty fella.
He is.
Yeah.
And then they started running him too. Hadn't done much of that this year. Did do that before. Is able to, kind of navigate like a Josh Allen. A big Wyatt that can move.
Why?
And then you think about that Oregon team, Dylan Gabriel.
He's just a point guard back there.
2 earrings.
He's really good. He's really good.
Really good.
2 studs.
Yep.
Just so casual.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, he's so in control. That's what's so impressive to me on some of these stars, that they're just, they're just never in a rush. They're always like, they always feel like, oh, I got this. We're good.
These dudes look like pros. And then James, obviously, the running back. How you doing? Keep it moving. Tez. They got weapons in their defense. Hey, Oregon's defense. We talk about the Ram truck segment. Oregon's D was nominated like 5 out of the 7 weeks for hits that they had.
And what's really good for them is they got run over by Penn State. Their defense did. So I bet Dan Lanning actually loved that before this game because he get on their asses a bit.
Singleton Allen have massive day. Are they ready for Henderson and Judkins?
Underdogs.
Jeremiah Smith, everything Dan Lanning can pull from.
Yeah, it's
awesome. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, the setting too, and the granddaddy of them all.
We're just going to be standing on the sideline. Hello, and welcome to Pasadena. So stupid that we get to do that. So stupid. Let's enjoy it, though.
71 on Wednesday.
This might be what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
This might be it.
Low of 46 when the sun goes down, but that'd be nice.
46 is going to feel like 96 after what it was in Notre Dame and Columbus. Not that either of those teams don't. Ohio State and Oregon are both going to feel the same way we're going to feel going down there. This is beautiful. Yeah. This is really nice. That game was so cold. I like that Will Howard said they couldn't take the cold. I think that's a bigger story than the fucking seeding and everything. They're going to have to prove it wrong next year when a warm team has to travel to a cold team.
No doubt.
And just show a little bit of fight. Because that cold can beat you down. Or they need to hope for a great weekend, weather-wise.
Yeah.
Which can happen. Super Bowl in February here in Indianapolis, it was like 55 to like 63 degrees. It's like home run. That could have very easily been 8 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
In snow and rain.
Yeah, windy. Yeah.
And then it's just like worst experience imaginable. So that's the greatest Super Bowl host of all time, worst experience ever, and that's all Mother Nature deciding if she wants to fuck with you or not.
Yeah.
And she said the North must win the college football playoff.
My first bowl game as a coach, GA Southern Cal, against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. 1984, yes.
How'd you do?
Beat them 20-17.
AJ! Suck it, AJ!
Keith Byers was their running back. Mike Tomczak was the quarterback.
Tomczak?
Sean Salisbury was our quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah. Tomczak was in all. He should have been playing in those Super Bowls over Neil O'Donnell. I can tell you that much.
Well, a lot of people say Neil O'Donnell lost on purpose, but I don't think that's fair. Neil O'Donnell did a lot of good things for city of Pittsburgh. People don't remember any of it, though. He threw a lot of picks. Hey, Neil, thanks for your service. The Italians did O'Donnell.
The Italians remember. Well, the Yinzers remember what he did.
Yeah, but the Italians certainly started cooking up immediately. That guy's throwing a game.
Hold on.
Fucking Neil O'Donnell, huh?
I've
There,
seen
boy?
this before.
Two of the most easy picks you'll ever see in your life in a Super Bowl.
Mick Bastard is fun.
Whoa.
Whoa. Let's get to a
O'Donnell,
break.
huh?
On the other side, we have a Pittsburgh Steelers contributor. We'll ask his thoughts on Neil O'Donnell. I'd like to thank Neil O'Donnell. A lot of good times came from Neil O'Donnell as well.
Well, he probably saw it with his own two eyes.
Saw him holding a bat.
Oh, yeah. Big old mitt, too.
Saw him in pads. Saw a lot of young Caboli this past couple of days. And I'll tell you what, my respect for him has grown. He looked much more athletic as a younger lad.
Yeah, the photo of him as a younger lad made me think, like, this guy's never shut his mouth his entire life. So it's always just hanging
he
open.
still looks pretty athletic. I don't know.
Well, right there, he's a chirper, too. You can tell.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are going to say you got the L right there on your forehead.
No, he's 12 right there. Look, that Penn State shirt, they already offered him a full ride at 12.
Baseball team, obviously, back in the day was good. Kid in the back is looking at a superstar. He knows it. We all know it.
The cake's on this kid.
Holy shit, that's Mark Caboli.
Yeah, and you're talking about his grip being that open. Him and Pete Rose both did that.
That's right.
They called it the hockey baseball, whenever they're trying to just slap one.
And that's not the plastic glove that what's his name had in
Scotty Smalls.
Scotty Smalls, yeah, thank you.
No, that's leather. He killed the
Genuine
cow.
leather, yeah.
Ate the food, made the cow leather into a baseball mitt.
That's right.
That's what this guy does. He'll join us on the other side to talk about, what the hell's going on in Pittsburgh Steelers locker room? Are we all misreading everything? Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life, like our friends at Dude Wipes. Take 5. Running back, Noah Whittington. It's a fullback. Didn't score a touchdown, but what'd he do? He ram truck. Bryquist Brown saws him in half.
Go.
DB, Weston Arthur. Boom! Loses his helmet. But this does not count because it wasn't a player. You see, it was a Ram. The Georgia Ram dog. Listen to that sound. That's not us adding sound. Those are pads crashing. The quarterback, the Ram truck stick. Eric Phoenix. Boom! Weston Arthur will carry over from last week. Mason Fletcher goes for the Browns. Safety, Lathan Ransom. More like Ransom! Ransom! Kobe Savage, the duck truck toot toot. Legal play. Where'd your helmet go?
Wow.
Jonathan Allen, more like Ramathan Allen. A little bit of a low punt, but the players can make play. Let me throw my body. There is a flag on the play, but not on the punter. San Jose State, more like Ram Jose State. Weston Arthur Mount. Boom. Florida, Ole Miss, Gator Ram. Bryce Cohen. 2 people, 1 Ram. Trevor from California, equipment manager, sees a guy steal a ball, tracks him down through the crowd, and boom! Belly to back suplex, bitch! They showed the clip to the team in a team meeting the next day. This is the reaction. Boom play that has been seen by millions. Hey, millions! We have Ram Payne on the campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, running back Jordan James. Damn. John, couldn't you love seeing a running back do something like that?
I do, and I think it's more impressive than a tackle, to be honest. You can't use your hands, you can't scoop the legs, and if you're knocking him ass over teacups, I like the run better than the tackle.
Shiloh, slam there! A nuke! I love Dan Jackson, more like Ram Jackson. Gunner Stockton. Dunzo. Cam Scatterboo. More like Ram Scatterboo. More like you can't tackle me. Rumbling, stumbling. Our reigning champion of this Ram truck segment since jump has been from Mount Union with a Mount Boom. Weston Arthur. Boom! I mean, if you're talking about a Ram truck segment, that epitomizes it.
This guy sucks. This guy's the worst of all time.
Almost.
Timmy.
Corbin, that was good.
He's the worst we've ever seen.
Hey.
I think you're nervous in front of Bob Dylan.
No.
I think that's probably.
No. One more shot. One more.
You want the Texas guy to get one more kick? All right, how about this? Kirk Herbstreit said he'll match another $200,000. I will as well. This is an $800,000 kick, Corbin.
Yeah.
This guy's got no shot.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Herbie. Timmy, you want a match?
Yeah, I'll get in there too.
Okay, all right, sweet.
Is that 1.2?
Yeah, it is.
$1.2 million kick.
Yeah. Holy hell.
Let's go.
Everything just got very real all of a sudden. That first attempt was god-awful. But now you got a $1.2 million operation. All you got to do is kick the ball through those uprights. This looks shorter than 33 yards. Stanford.
Is that legally binding?
Yeah.
That's a legally binding offer.
Yeah, we got you,
You're
Timmy.
the lawyer, Corbin. Is that a real offer?
Yeah, it is. It's on camera.
It is? Okay.
Hey, bro, somehow he got under that ball.
Yeah, he said it was like a 9-iron. That was more like a duff of a wedge, bub.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try to maybe bring out the 1-iron.
On one hand, we've never seen
1.2 million.
Come on, Corbin.
1.2.
Holy hell. That's a lot of money. You're a lawyer, you live nice, you wear suits, but 1.2 million could change a lot of things. On SEC Championship Saturday in Atlanta for $1 million. That got pretty expensive quick stuff. That was too close. Thought we got hustled. Bob Dylan coming out on Christmas. The movie's supposed to be Oscar-worthy. Thankfully stopped by. Herbstreit's awesome. Reese, that got a little bit of nerve-wracking there for a few moments. Back to you. There is a crowd of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There's thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time.
What?
Okay, can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
But
You're welcome.
We talk about Moana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
and we talk about mana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I could have buried its guts, sprouted a tree. Now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me, Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Mwah. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying, like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup.
Sorry, Mike. Here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you, love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you. Thank you, boys.
To you, pal. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break here.
Oh, hold on, one more. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Hey, look it.
From Wee-Man! He learned something from Brock. And Wee-Man back in the ring. He's stalking Sammy. Listen to this place. Oh, to the kneecap. Wee-Man so active. Oh, look at this. Body slam. Wee-Man body slamming Sami Zayn. Wee-Man used to kick himself in the face. Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our holly jolly, humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Boxing Day Thursday, December 26, 2024. Hour 3 of the program starts now. Football! It is wonderful. There's a game tonight. The Seahawks and the Bears will be making our picks in a matter of moments. That's AJ Hawk. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. The other half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys. Bubba Gumpino's back there. Gumpy, the Dolphins aren't dead just yet, pal, huh? They're still lurking.
Still lurking. Unfortunately, we are going to need Carl Wentz to help us out, so I do fear we could be in trouble.
We don't know if Carl Wentz is playing. Patrick Mahomes might be resting the last couple of weeks, might play a little bit, might not play. Who knows? Carson Wentz can win you a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
Carson Wentz can win you a lot. He can lose you a couple games, but he'll win you a lot of games. We don't know if it's his time yet. The Chiefs have secured home field advantage to the playoffs, 15-1. 15-1. Is that good? I don't know. 36 years as a football coach. Chuck Pagano is here.
Baby coach.
This Chiefs run is phenomenal, Chuck Pagano.
Unbelievable.
Makes no sense.
No sense at all.
How do they continue to get motivated, inspired, intelligent, everything that you would need to win a game back to back to back years? Feels like we're in the middle of a dynastic run that we're never going to be able to see again. But we said that about the Patriots, and looky here.
Leadership. Andy Reid. Continuity. Spags on defense. You mentioned Dave Tobe coaching the special teams, and you got Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback on the planet at this point. Kelsey, being Kelsey last week, the defense, I mean, it's just It's incredible what they've been able to do.
How about Veach, too, that young bastard over there? He's in the background of a lot of the shots. He's next to the Hunt family. Whenever Santa Reed comes out and he's smiling, wearing a suit, and it's like that young brain right there, Pennsylvania football guy. He's in the back, right there next to ownership Hunt. Right there. You can see him blurry. Right here.
Right there.
Yep.
That is him right there. And he's going to go down as... Say it.
One of the best.
One of the best of all time.
Maybe.
Well, he's only got one job.
But in that particular job, they win 3 straight. Is that considered the greatest dynasty of all time? The first to ever win 3 in a row? AJ, is that considered the greatest dynasty in football? After a 20-year span of success. Okay, Bill Belichick, greatest head coach and greatest general manager of all time. If this Chiefs team was to do something that Patriots team wasn't able to accomplish in such a quick amount of time, would you think about this era as the greatest dynastic run in the history? And then would Brett Veach be the greatest general manager of all time? And would Andy Reid become the greatest coach of all time? There's so much fodder potentially on the line for a 15-1 team that nobody thinks is going to be able to go 3 straight, especially with how they played all year up until this point, AJ.
I mean, you mentioned it when we mentioned it multiple times. Hey, we're not going to see this again. When Tom Brady and the Patriots were doing what they were doing, that whole dynasty, we thought, yeah, there's no way you can do this again with free agency and how everything works and all this stuff. And we might be right in the middle of it, man. If they do 3 in a row, yeah, you have to start making that conversation has to start happening.
Well, because you look back at the Steelers run that they had, how many did they win in how many years?
It was 4 in 6. Something like that.
And then the Cowboys, what were they and how many years?
3 and 4.
The thing about the Patriots is they just had such a long, dominant run. It's like so many Super Bowl appearances, hosting the AFC Championship, like 12 times or something.
Yeah, I won like 11 straight.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
Division
now,
championship.
obviously, Bill has 8 Super Bowl rings in total. That's a lot. But if they were to win 3 straight, let alone 4 straight.
All right.
Yeah.
5 straight.
Why?
What if these guys win 10 straight?
They could win 10 straight.
10 straight.
Even go and do another one.
Could.
The Patriots
The
only went to 3
quarterback's not
straight.
even 30, right?
Nope. And he's underpaid.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near average per year that anybody else is that's at the top of the quarterback market. Now, he has like $500 million, we thought. $430 million is what it ended up
allegedly.
being. It was allegedly $500 million. That's how it was marketed by anonymous sources through insiders, which gave us a holy hell. If there's anything that ever says $500 million and just sign your name right here, you go ahead and sign that, especially if you're a football player. That's what we were saying. But then the numbers started coming out. It's actually like 430, and it's this, it's that. Whatever the case, he's wealthy. He's got a beautiful home.
Beautiful home.
Beautiful home.
Invests well.
Beautiful family. About another one on the way, hopefully in the next week or so. I mean, go for those Chiefs. Joining us now is a reporter for our program writing about the other side of yesterday's game. Talking about the Chiefs, greatest of all time. Whoa. Let's talk about the other side. This was the year where they could win the Super Bowl. This was the year when they had a veteran quarterback who was only getting paid $1 million. This was the year that it was all going to come together. It was going to be on Hard Knocks AFC North. Yeah. Then on Christmas Day in Pittsburgh, this team loses bad.
Yeah.
To tell us more about what's going on behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mark Caboli.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing, Mark? Merry Christmas to you and your family, pal.
Hey, Merry Christmas to all you guys.
I appreciate you covering the game yesterday, doing your work. I also appreciate you posting a bunch of young Mark Caboli photos to the world so we can all learn.
Oh, yes, there it is. I was just trying to make people happy.
I'll tell you what, it worked.
Worked, yeah.
Wait, let's have, we talked about it for 5-10 minutes last hour.
Well, to be honest with you, I was 11. Yes, 11.
Is that good or bad?
Although I did hit 18 bombs that year. So.
Boom.
You're a lefty, obviously. Very comfortable there from the...
No, I'm a righty. I'm a righty there. I don't know why I was... I still got that bat in my garage.
Yeah, mirror mode there. That glove, we wondered if you actually killed the cow, ate the meat, and used the skin as that glove there. Do you recall how it came together? That's a long time ago.
I have no idea, but I remember it was the Del Murphy special. You know how you have to have names in the palm of it, and for some reason I had Del Murphy, and he wasn't my favorite ball player at the time, but it was a glove that was probably handed down to me, so I used it.
Yeah, smart. It looks good. Who was the hippie on the swing here on the porch?
I think that's my brother.
Oh, come on,
Ed.
Look at the socks.
Oh, it's good. Those are back. Those are all the way back. Those socks. Actually, just had to throw some away.
That's right. Unfortunately,
Actually, just had to throw some away. They were taking up too much space.
Look at that hair. Wow.
Good flow.
Your hair looks good.
You play shortstop? Where'd you play in the field? Shortstop?
Yeah. Come on, AJ.
What?
I never left first base.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
You get them all out, though.
Unless you were jogging around him.
Yeah, that's right.
Big hurt.
I'll see you at second, third, and home when I'm at bat. In the field, you only see me at first. You're like the mayor. I think that's how the mayor actually started playing like you, having full conversations. Yeah. Let's talk about conversations. Pittsburgh Steelers locker room, okay? 3 losses, 11 days. Tough road for the Steelers. Had the Eagles, obviously not good. The Keystone Cup, the state championship, lost. Ravens, not good. They lose. Ravens first time. There was a lot of chatter on Hard Knocks. All the Ravens players saying, you're not a Raven until you beat the Steelers. Not a Raven until you beat the Steelers. And I believe it was Zay said, I'm going to become a Raven on Sunday. I'm going to become a Raven. After that was cool to kind of watch how much they respect. Anyway, Steelers lose that one big. And then Steelers loses the Chiefs yesterday. Might be in the middle of the greatest dynastic run in the history of the sport in a big way. And then we start hearing these quotes. If we're not all on the same page, 10 players could be doing the right thing. One guy doesn't do their job, we're screwed. Is he talking about there being a litany of issues, or what's going on the defensive side of the Pittsburgh Steelers football program, Mark?
Yeah, apparently this has been happening for a couple of weeks now. I know Patrick Queen has mentioned it last week of people doing their jobs and not being in the right positions. But that's normally just player talk after a game. We all have to be accountable. But something was a little off yesterday after the game. You could tell people wanted to say something about somebody specific, but they bit their tongue. But they made it known that somebody, 1, 2, 3 people, who knows, are going outside of their capabilities maybe, trying to play maybe hero ball. And that's not really working very well in their goal of winning here. And if you see, there's a lot of touchdowns they've given up, a lot of plays they've given up are just uncontested. And usually when it's uncontested, it's communication errors. It's, people trying to do more than they're supposed to be doing. That stuff you get cleaned up in week 2, 3. You don't get that cleaned up in week 17.
Yeah, this ain't Pittsburgh Steeler football here on Christmas.
Whoa.
Everybody's skipping their Christmas with their families, go down the shore, watch their team, and they got missed assignments, blown coverages, miscommunications. How's that happening? That ain't Pittsburgh Steeler football, Caboli.
No, I mean, it rears its head every once in a while, but it gets cleaned up really quickly. I mean, you see it from time to time, but they had those 3 games in 11 days against quality opponents. I think it just was a little bit magnified because all 3 of those games were pretty much nationally televised games. It tends to happen. I find it interesting the 2 outside guys are the ones who are most vocal. When I call outside guys, is the people they signed free agency, Patrick Queen, Deshaun Elliott, coming in here thinking, hey, what in the world's going on here? I think they're going to try to nip it in the bud here, try to figure out what's going on. There was a lot of conversations off to the side between offensive and defensive players, just talking one-on-one. Very unusual for after a game. Who knows what they were saying, but obviously something that's not really meshing right now. Even Tomlin alluded to it, but they got 10, 11 days, depending when they play next Saturday or Sunday, to try to figure this out. They still got, they're still a 10-win team. They're still a playoff team. They could still go to Houston and win a playoff game. They could still win the division if Cleveland beats Baltimore again. So there's still stuff to play for. It's not like it's a death sentence yet.
You think it's over, though? Steelers fans just a few weeks ago were winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I assume there's a lot of pissed off Yinzers who canceled Christmas with Grandma, canceled Christmas down the street to go see the Steelers play. And what do? They lay an egg like it's fucking Easter. This is Christmas.
Thanks a lot, NFL.
It wasn't good. First of all, the stadium was half empty in the third quarter. Second of all,
yeah, they had to make it back.
Yeah, we're not.
Even worse than this, Tone, you wouldn't like this. They actually played Renegade down 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, no.
I think there was some boos. I think there might have been occasional boo. Like,
you got to play it, though, right?
Nope. Scrap it.
Oh.
This isn't Wisconsin. You don't have to play jump around down 20, okay?
But
I like that.
Sounds like somebody in Acrisure down there thinks that you got to play it. That's not good. What the hell's happening? Sleeping in the game day ops? The locker room? How's the social media do? Is social media?
Well, it was just someone who is a very positive human being, okay? And they thought, here comes a comeback. I press this button. I press the renegade button. Here comes the company.
Yeah, but you see all the people dressed like seats out there. Everybody's fucking at home waiting for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, there's probably a lot of people that went down there for the first time. You know, Christmas, Santa brought them tickets, and they're not going to hear Renegade. I'd be a little disappointed, but that was my first ever game.
No, I guess you're right.
I could see potentially why they played it.
Where's the old mama?
Play old mama.
I want old mama. I want old mama. Go ahead, AJ.
There was no reaction.
Kaboli, all this talk, this feels like a very un-Steelers-like thing. Usually this doesn't happen with the Steelers. We don't hear the players talking about other players, but are they cool with the scheme? Is it possible they're upset at any of the calls of the scheme that they might have?
I don't think so with the scheme. It's hard. They always tell you, well, I have to go look at the film. There hasn't been any mention really, though, of scheme-wise. It just seems like the players aren't either doing their job or trying to do too much or just not performing, not going out there and doing what they're getting paid to do, not making plays. I think that's what they're looking at right now. I mean, they got all pro guys at all three levels. They got the highest paid defense in the league. They're expecting more. They were going to rely on this defense to win them games, win them championships, and it's just the flip side of it right now. So I don't think it's a scheme. I think there's just things that need to be cleaned up and hammered in. I mean, every time the Steelers have too many penalties in the game, Tomlin brings in officials just to watch practice, then it cleans it up. Seems like once they start talking about it like this, it seems to get into the skulls a little bit. So I wouldn't anticipate any of this stuff happening in the Cincy game coming up next week. They're going to have to, because if they keep playing like they did the past 11 days, I mean, it's going to be one of the shorter playoff runs. Oh. Well, I shouldn't say that because they haven't won one in 10 years. But
jeez, that sounded like that was on purpose for you to say that.
7 years.
Sound like that was on purpose for you to say that. It's been a long time since they've won a playoff game. Jamar Chase finds himself open a lot.
He does.
In that particular offense, and that's not a good problem to have. Obviously, there's 11 days to fix everything they have going on the defensive side of things. Before Tone asks his question, the boys have their questions for you. I would like to get back to Steelers leaving in the third quarter. Because Netflix, right, in the NFL, decided what city do we want to showcase for all of football. And seemed like Bert Kreischer was having a good time in the tailgate.
Yes.
Always does.
Seemed like I saw a 55, 60-year-old Italian man with his shirt off. I don't think he was planning on doing that, but hey, the machine's here, let's take the shirt off. That place was ready, right? That place was like Yinzer showed up in a massive way, not just from what we saw, but like I think the atmosphere was great early. And then obviously when you throw a red zone interception and some other stuff starts happening, people kind of check out. But I think Pittsburgh did its part, right? Don't you think, with what Netflix and NFL expected?
Yeah. I mean, the people showed up. It was a packed house. I mean, there's people drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning. I walked by them into the stadium. So they did their job. The problem is you get to the third quarter and you know it's a 12, 14-point game and they're going in to score again. You're getting home to get the leftover ham or something to hope they hit grandma's dinner before you get the traffic. You know how it is in Pittsburgh. Yep. I mean, Pat Zone, you got to beat the traffic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So especially beating the traffic here on Christmas Day, you got to go get the ham. So it was pretty cleared out pretty quickly. So, but like I said, I think that was more to do with how they played. Not only how they played, but there was a sense of there's no chance they're coming back in this game.
Yeah.
So let's get out.
This might be an 11-day wake-up call the Steelers needed, though. You know, they talk about that with the Bucs, with the Cowboys in that particular game. 3 games against the NFL's best, and you got your asses kicked in it. Still got times to right some shit before the playoffs. Maybe this 11 days was just kind of a wake-up call for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tone has a question for you, Mark.
Yeah, Cabol, since you are there, boots on the ground, I can only tell so much from the internet. I'm wondering who public enemy number 1 is right now in the city, and how much blame is going around, because I have an idea of potentially who it is. How much blame goes to DC, Terrell Austin, for everyone looking around having no idea what to do and not knowing that Travis Kelce is on the other team?
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much the coaches can do. You put them in the position, and if you're not executing, you're not communicating, that's on you. At some point, you have to say it's the players' fault here. So I'm not really saying that Terrell Austin is a guy that's going to put him in a bad situation. I don't think that is. I think it's mostly execution. As for the guy that they're most PO'd at. It could be a number of people. I mean, I've heard names, but, you know, I'm not going to sit here and try to point out fingers right now because I'm not 100% sure if this is the guy or not. But, I mean...
No, not the team. Who's the fans most PO'd at? I know you can't say who the defenders are talking about.
Well, it could be anybody. I mean, I've heard Beanie Bishop, who probably played 10 snaps the other day, Cam Sutton, Minka, Patrick Queen. You go ahead and you just throw it. I mean, Terrell Austin, throwing it. Mike Tomlin, he's number one. I mean, he's in charge. 11 days ago, he was coach of the year. Today he needs to be fired. They're blaming everybody. I mean, I'm sure they're blaming me too. So,
you know what they're not blaming?
The Hut.
No way.
Look at these boneless, Mark. Are you kidding me? They used to be called chicken nuggets. Now they're boneless wings that you can get with a variety of delicious sauces from your friends at Wing Street of Pizza Hut fame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously no one.
And we mean no one, Mark.
Fucking no one, Mark.
Oh.
Our Pizza's the Hut. But their wings, too. The boneless and the bone-in. The bone-in, you're not going to be able to get for this type of bundle.
No,
not going to be able to
chance.
get this much for the bone-in.
They're like $4 each.
What? No, they're not.
That's not true.
They are.
That's not true.
No, I meant if you go to a bar or something.
Yeah, other bar. Yeah, not Pizza Hut, though. No, and Pizza Hut has fryers at every single spot. So their wings can come crispy, and their sauces are delightful, so they can really match up with any wing company if they wanted to.
Yeah.
They just so happen to have the greatest pizza available as well.
So,
and that's why no one.
And we mean no one.
Absolutely nobody.
It looked like you were thinking maybe somebody, though.
Nah, I would never.
He wouldn't do that.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking you.
Yeah, I was thinking you might.
It sure sounded like you were thinking somebody.
I was thinking it's someone.
Chuck, I don't want to hear it.
Like
I don't want to hear it because I can already hear it kind of radiating through your brain right now.
Like if Santa Red One wanted to, he probably could, but he's got other stuff.
He needed it a few different times. I was actually watching going, God damn, Dwayne, get the guy some Pizza Hut. Maybe this thing will kind of sort itself out.
Some energy.
No one. Con man.
And we mean no one.
Age?
No one.
Mark?
Nobody. No one, nobody.
That's right. No thing.
Nothing.
Nothing. No one.
Our Pizza's the Hut.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Thank you, Pizza Hut.
Thank you, Pizza
Love you, Hut.
Love you, Hut.
Everybody wants to fire Tomlin. I think that's what Tone was asking.
Yeah. That's a yearly occurrence right now. It's like, okay, what are they going to do in the offseason now? Why should they bring back Russell Wilson if they're going to fire Mike Tomlin? Let's just start it all over again.
Ty, his question for you.
Yeah, speaking of which, Mark, is there any, maybe thought, hey, we're on a bit of a schneid right now. Maybe we go back to Justin Fields and see what the kid's got after sitting on the bench and watching Russ all season long. He looked pretty good early on.
They were calling for him yesterday, and he was inactive. So
I saw Tone put that tweet out. It's all you Steelers fans saying we need Justin Fields. He's hurt and fucking inactive today. So thanks a lot. That's basically what you said.
Thank you. Yeah, you summed it up perfectly.
Okay, perfectly.
Yeah. Let me think here. If Justin's going to get a chance here down the stretch, I think you got a better chance of me running the Pittsburgh Marathon.
You in shape?
You thinking about it?
You can do it.
Is that precise enough?
Yeah. Got a brand new Achilles.
Yeah, you do got two of them.
Yeah.
So
call him Dose Achilles. This guy can get to the finish line. Pittsburgh Marathon is the wrong one too, because Pittsburgh
a lot of hills.
A lot of this. You want to sign up for one. Indy's a good one.
Yeah.
Indy's a good one out here. Pretty flat. Kind of roll you through there if you need it. But, okay, sounds like Justin Fields not going to get it. Let's talk about the defense a little bit. Chuck has a question for you.
Yeah, Caboli, they were missing some guys. Porter, Joey Porter Jr., you mentioned Bishop. I don't know if he fell out of, favor with those guys. It seemed to me like he was playing good ball. Is a lot of this lack of communication because – Kelsey is a guy that you game plan for, right? Even though he's getting up there in age, you still say, okay, we're not going to let, Travis Kelsey wreck this game. But here we go. There's a lot of times where they rush the line of scrimmage, some motions of shifts. You could obviously lack communication. Is it because of these guys that we're missing? Porter on the outside, maybe Bishop, there at the nickel spot. Some younger guys playing, and are we going to get those guys back from injury?
Coach, the past couple of weeks, they've been missing a lot of guys. Dante Jackson and Porter were out. Deshaun Elliott was out. Larry Ogunjobi was out. They mostly come back this week, but Porter was still out there. So there was still, some getting used to getting them together right there. But still, those are some veteran guys that shouldn't be making these mistakes. They play for the most part. I would believe that happened maybe last week against Baltimore. Shouldn't be happening with a veteran like Elliott and Fitzpatrick and all the other guys right there. But as for Beanie Bishop, I think they like the matchup with Cam Sutton in the slot on Kelsey more than Bishop. If Bishop was he was struggling a little bit, I would say, in his coverage ability. So I think they were more willing to go with Sutton at the time. But they were both playing some there. But I think if you looked, I mean, the Kelsey play, I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. The first touchdown to Worthy, right? He came out of the backfield in the flat. The Steelers and Mike Tomlin preached that so much, the T-shirts were made was, don't let him get to the flat, or something to like that saying on their shirt. So what happens? The guy gets to the flat, right there, scores a touchdown. Nobody's there. Minka's late there, and he preaches it, and it just doesn't happen. I don't know if that's communication there or if that's just not doing your job right there. That's the stuff that they're really, really upset about.
Well, I've been the invisible gun too. You don't cover a guy who's got a gun in his
Exactly. No way.
You know, I mean, his gun was digging into his hip right there. And we talked earlier. We're not sure because our invisible eyes didn't see the same as the ref's eyes. We think he had a silencer on that thing. Mm-hmm. We think there was a silencer in there too, which, as you know, that takes months and months and months to get licensed and approved. I think he just stole a compressor.
Yep.
Just put it on there.
Stendo clip.
It was a stolen, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he had banana clip on it.
Yep.
That thing was better around there. So when he lifted it up, it actually went down to about the teardrop of his quad, and it wrapped around to his cheek too. The banana clip out there. And you could see the ref saw it. You see how quick that ref?
Oh yeah.
You got a fucking banana clip.
Actually, the ref yelled, "God, God, God!"
Yeah, you're right. We didn't hear it because he was just giving sign language. Yep, there it was.
Yep.
He's got a gun. Holy shit.
Ooh.
What a penalty.
You know, here's another one, too. I mean, Kelsey got flagged late in that game for excessive celebration or something. You know, he knew he was going to get flagged, but he knew that there's no way they're losing this game, so who cares?
Well, he was supposed to do
salt in the wound there.
He was supposed to do it a few weeks ago. Tony Gonzalez said he would help pay the fine if he did it after he broke his record, his franchise record, which he did on to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Christmas. Felt like this was a guarantee Kelsey was going to score on Christmas. Yeah. I think that's his touchdown of the year. Imagine if he just has a standard year. Antonio Gates is at 118 for tight ends touchdowns.
Unbelievable.
He's at 77 right now. He's had 3 touchdowns all year. That is so different than normal Travis Kelce. I think Rob Gronkowski had 17 in one season in 2006 or something like that.
I think his rookie years.
Yeah, I forget not 2006. He wouldn't have been in the NFL at that point. Whatever the case, 2011.
I think his rookie year he had 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's still the record to this day, the most amount of touchdowns in one season. But like Kelce having 3 tuds on the year is so abnormal. That's never going to happen again. So he obviously got slowed down this year from getting into paint. But once again, most important time of the year, what's happening? Oh, Travis Kelce's wide open again. Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce's scoring touchdowns again. Like, it's only, this is just the Chiefs. I think Steelers ran into a buzzsaw. I think Steelers ran into a buzzsaw. 3 of them. 3 straight buzzsaws. Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs. Who's going to be around in the end? The Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. Who's playing their best ball right now? The Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. It's like you just had a tough 11 days. I don't think they should give up just yet.
No way.
I don't think Steelers fans should give up just yet. But maybe be alarmed.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think this game really showed. These 3 games showed there was a line of demarcation between elite teams and the next level, and I think this really shows that Steelers are just below, or maybe more than just below, that level of being great teams. You know, the guaranteed, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Ravens, like you said, they're superstar teams. I just don't think the Steelers are at that point right now, and I think that was evident the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, you know, Chiefs take it to new heights.
They do.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Right up here.
Yeah.
Cleveland kid on Christmas in Pittsburgh dunking on the uprights. That's awesome. That feels so good. How about Justin Watson there? South Fayette kid.
That's sick.
Going bananas on Christmas back in there. That had to feel fantastic. All right. Kaboli, we appreciate all your work. We've been loving following along on X, pal. Yeah, there it is. Was that what you were doing there?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what I was
Your thing?
X Factor.
Do you say
he should sign off every time like that?
Follow me on X.
Yep.
I do the Roman Reigns thing, right? I guess that's
okay. Hey, okay, so WWE. I was very lucky.
Tomorrow.
Come on.
Heading there tomorrow.
Oh, are you?
In Pittsburgh.
Tomorrow's in Pittsburgh? I had no idea. Michael.
It's a holiday show, so it's not SmackDown.
Oh, okay. Who's been marketed?
I think Punk, Gunther, Priest.
Yesterday.
Yeah, Punk was
football.
Punk was on Netflix.
I think Damian Priest, Seth. I thought they're promo, but you know how those holiday shows go.
No.
Whoever shows. I don't know who's going to show. I mean,
no.
They have.
Everybody.
They have Bronson Reed scheduled, and obviously he's injured.
Well, yeah,
TCP.
tough ankles.
Snapped his legs in two.
Yeah, he was willing to do it though, which I appreciate. Kabuli, how come you don't go off the top of a cage?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
He should do it tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Wait,
dust off the singlet, Kabuli. Get out there.
Wait. You got Bronson Reed breaking his ankle going off the top. You have Jimmy Uso or Jay. Jay broke it. One of the Usos. Jimmy broke his toe. And you want me to go off the top rope?
Yeah.
He's Achilles in his knee?
Show him how to do it.
Show him the kaboom.
I'll take a chair, maybe.
Look at you. You're ready.
Look at that.
I'll take a chair. Where's the Otis? Where's the Otis picture at?
Right. Literally point at it. It's not. That's you. That's not. Oh, yeah. You see you. Yeah.
I think Zito superimposed my face over Otis.
No,
What?
I think so.
That was a high school shot, just like
Yeah.
the 11-year-old shot you put out there.
That's not true.
Yeah. Great.
I'm not a top rope guy. You don't think I could do the old inverted,
Superplex.
not the Jacob Fatu, whatever he does.
Antonio Bombino.
Hey, how about Jacob Fatu? Hey.
Oh, he's a monster.
Well,
I would,
he
that's
loves
one
Solo.
guy. I don't even want to look at him. I'd be afraid of him.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah. You should think about not looking at Cody Rhodes either. It's our champion. He'll smack you right in the mouth, Cody Rhodes.
I mean, Jacob, man. I'm like this. Yo.
Yeah, me too. And he loves Solo.
Loves him.
Yeah, would die for him.
Good morning. I love Solo. I think is his tweet every morning, doesn't he?
I love you, Solo.
All right. Great season, Bully. We'll see you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Bully.
Hey, more.
Jacob Fatu's a real deal.
Yeah, scary son of a bitch.
He's a real deal. His eyes, too. He's like always.
Eyes wide open.
There he is. Look at his eyes. Dead. CM Punk. I don't know how he stayed up. Pop up. Samoan drop. You got it. Fucking dead. Hey. Yep, he's about to do it. Yeah. That's a real problem there. Yeah, there's some problems to figure out. Can't wait to get back in there. Speaking of problems, let's make some picks on Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
Chuck, how'd you do last week?
Not good.
So he's on fire. He's on fire, I guess.
On Saturdays.
None.
On Saturday. Oh, no, buttoning up. Oh, he's buttoning up.
Such a good actor.
He is. He is. That's not acting,
Oh,
bud.
no, he's throwing it in.
He's actually in the fridge.
Yeah.
It's like the Saints
We're
quarterbacks
We're
were.
on to 2025.
Yes, No.
Whoa.
We need tonight.
What are you talking about?
We need tonight.
Coach.
What should we be looking at this evening for the Seahawks-Bears battle on Thursday Night Football?
Bears are out of it, obviously. Seahawks need this one to stay in. They need some help along the way. But I like, the fact that Seattle on a short week, they're playing an offense that they're used to playing. It's a Rams system down there with Thomas running that thing now. So on a short week, that makes sense. I like the defensive line. I like the linebackers secondary for Seattle. I think they got a really good defense. Their pass rushers, they can get after you. Leonard Williams, Murphy. They got some dudes. They got Witherspoon. They got Reek Woolen in the back end. They match up well. Chicago's got some playmakers. They got the quarterback. 19 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He's 3 in the league in interceptions thrown, which he's taking care of the ball. But problem is he's holding it so damn long that he's been sacked 60 times.
Jeez.
And they got Tevin Jenkins and they got another offensive lineman out. So they got 2 starters out this game on the offensive line. So are they going to be able – you can look at the numbers against the spread. They're both crap. Points scored, 22 to 18, 19, whatever. Points allowed. The thing about Chicago is since they started 4-2, right, the season. They start 4-2, Pat, and they averaged almost 25 points a game on offense, and they only gave up 16 points a game on defense.
That's winning recipe.
It's 4-2, right? Flu's still calling the defense, right? Since the play, they're 0-9. Okay, they're 0-9. They're only scoring 15 points a game.
You're talking about this play right here.
I think this is the one that
You're talking about this play
was
right
a
here.
cataclysmic episode.
How does that happen?
Good word.
Just
thanks to Tyreek Stevenson, jacking around on this thing, and they end up. They've lost 9 straight. They've averaged 15 points a game on offense. They've given up almost 27 points a game on defense. They've played, excuse me, they've been in, played, I think, Minnesota twice, Green Bay, Detroit twice. So they've played some tough teams,
Got the coach.
really good football teams. But those 2 offensive linemen out, this defense, it's an over defense. They play 4-3 in base. They play it in nickel. It's the easiest thing on a short week if you're Seattle to prepare for. Kind of line up, and what you see is what you get. So Seattle comes in here, and Geno Smith takes care of the football and doesn't turn the damn thing over. They're -7 turnover margin.
Yep.
-7. There's not another team in the National Football League that's won 3 games with -7. And these guys have won 8. So if they just take care of the football, they execute. Kenneth Walker, we know is out tonight. Charbonnet is going to get the work.
Dog.
DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. He's turned into their number 1 wide receiver of late. They've got dudes. All right, they've got a lot of dudes. So Charbonnet, Walker's out. We know that. The defense, they've got players in the back end. Kobe Bryant can take the ball away. Like I said, Witherspoon. And Reek Woolen, 2 really, really good corners. Yeah, I like. You couldn't talk me into taking. If you gave me 10.
Really? 10?
If you gave me 10 at home, Chicago at home, and I think Caleb's got a chance to be, a good player, down the road. But Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, they're going to send all these, sweeps, jet sweeps, and little spacing routes. It's simple. It's simple to defend. Like I said, so if Seattle just goes in there and they take care of the ball and they play good solid football, they tackle well, run well, this, that, throw, catch, they should win this game.
You got Seattle Seahawks. All right. -4.5. You said 10 would be good.
4. It's 4.5.
Move to 4.5.
You don't want any more?
You said 10?
You just said 10.
Yep. Give me Seattle.
Okay. All right. Hey, you're about to be 8-8 again.
Let's go.
You're 7-8 right now against the spread. Tonight it all changes. And then you finish the season what? Above 500.
Boom.
Wow.
That's a winner. That's a winner. You should be eyeing that. Don't be saying I'm looking for next year already. Coach, what are you doing?
Come on.
Coach, you be where your feet are. Okay? Right here, right now. You have a chance to change everything. Could you imagine going into the offseason above 500? You can still say, hey, I get it right.
Momentum.
More than I don't.
Yeah.
It's a tough game. These sports books seemingly got it all figured out. But I beat them more times than I lose to them. That's what's on the line for you.
Yep.
Come on.
This is the last Thursday night football game.
Need you to be 500.
Need you tonight.
You can pick some playoff games.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple.
Yeah.
Big ones. Because you do good on the big ones, right?
Remember Sundays?
Saturday and Sunday you do good.
This year, every day but Thursday.
Yeah, whoa.
We started 6-1. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that makes it even worse. I was trying not
Don't
to bring that up.
Don't bring that up.
I was trying to not bring that up. Yeah, because you're doing 4-2 with the Bears.
Your record since the Hail Mary is
Not good.
Yeah, it's gone downhill kind of.
Wonder what was the catalyst for that?
You're the Bears.
Yeah.
UFOs probably.
Oh, yeah, probably the drones.
Could be.
Probably the drones.
I would also argue the relationships. A lot of the times you would just pick the teams that you had relationships with.
Yeah, you'd feel obligated.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I was sitting in that desk. And
Exactly.
I think Jelly Roll was sitting right here. And I went one way.
It was Jelly.
And then you came back to me. I was sitting over there.
Yeah, and that's how you get by.
You know why? Because if you went with blood.
Yeah, it was your brother.
brother.
I'm not picking against my brother.
Think I'm going to pick against my
And that's where this shit started.
Yeah, not Jelly Roll's fault.
And they're doing good.
No, it was your fault.
I love this Washington Commanders team and all that, Quinn. Great story. They're going to make the playoffs.
Once again, not Jelly Roll's fault here.
No, hell no. Love Jelly Roll.
Yeah, that's why I got this jacket, I think.
You did.
That is.
Legalized country music. Ernest. Shout out to the boys. Legalize it too, by the way.
Tennessee.
Legalize it.
And
change it a little bit.
And buy in.
Yeah.
Buy into country music.
And maybe fucking cut your teeth in Nashville if you're going to come up.
This ain't country music.
Why are we hating?
Well, D-Bone is an authority on country music.
Yes.
He's not a voter on any of the awards, but he thinks he'd be better than these motherfuckers that are picking these awards.
He will be one day.
He loves him some country music. He wears his country boots. He wears his vest. He wears a hoodie. He wears a fucking toque.
Yeah, country
Nice toque.
Toque if you had to. And he's got these thin little feet that he puts these boots on. He's ready to walk all over your opinions of country music. He was not thrilled that Beyonce won over Megan Maroney.
Yeah, Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, or any of these other country music artists that have cut their teeth in Nashville.
And Beyonce's daughter was in there with her too.
Blue Ivy, she crushed it. Yeah,
Blue
a
Ivy.
little line dancing.
It sounded like country music. Like if I closed my eyes and I was just listening, it sounded like Nashville. It sounded like country.
D-Bone's eyes weren't closed.
Very open, which is what a lot of people are saying maybe is the issue.
Where was the song?
Jay-Z doing the Super Bowl?
Nope. Kendrick is doing the Super Bowl.
Oh.
That was obviously.
Didn't have anything to do with it?
Jay-Z works for the NFL. Has been for like 10 years, I think.
Something like that.
He's been there for a while. I think, maybe not 10 years. 5 years?
It's longer
Been a
than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I forget what it. He's the one that makes the decisions, though. Allegedly, is how everybody feels. So whenever Kendrick gets picked over Lil Wayne down there, and New Orleans, S. Doc Carter, the whole.
Yeah, come on.
It's tough. Yeah.
Kendrick will do the right thing.
He'll do the right thing.
I'm Millie.
Come on. Get out of here.
I don't know, because he just put out an album. There's a lot of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That Super Bowl halftime show is going to have to live up to the hype of what happened just yesterday with Beyonce.
Exactly.
What was there 1,000 people on the field?
Pretty much.
She went up into the sky, bang underneath.
That's Christmas, baby.
Drones were
And then
going.
she went down, saw her walk off.
That ain't fucking country, though.
What?
I didn't say that. That's what Bones been saying.
That ain't country.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he was singing that this morning.
Holy shit. He was also very sick. He coughed and sneezed on everybody in here.
Yeah,
so.
pumped.
What? He had a hell of a morning, it sounds like.
If I get sick.
Dude. New to the office, obviously. Very new to the office. We come waltzing in here.
Well, sniffles.
I don't need that.
Sniffles is one thing. He is legitimately sick.
Yeah, I've been taking NyQuil, DayQuil, you name it. Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. It's like, all right, if I get sick right now, I'm going to let you know I'm going to hold it against you.
A lot of guys have probably called in though. Got to give them that.
Exactly. That's the give and the take. So we just
Wear a hazmat suit. You should wear a hazmat.
Yeah, like back whenever Ebola.
Ebola, yeah.
To be fair, he pretty much is with what he came in wearing.
Yeah, he didn't have his toque over his mouth, but it was pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
It was 45 degrees outside. It was actually like a little bit of a heat wave today after Christmas, which once again, to the Tennessee people, that could have happened to you, but instead it was the complete opposite. It was bitter, cold, dry, terrible. Winter came, for the Volunteers. But yeah, we kept him isolated in there. We tried to keep him isolated. He's talent. He's a real talent. Got a great work ethic. But he takes country music very serious.
Very.
Down there in Texas, there's a lot of options,
Yeah.
Posty popped out, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's why he is so
Post
mad,
Malone.
because who he said was going to win all the awards didn't. I think that's why.
He deserves a vote. That's what he thinks. Speaking of vote, have you figured out who you're voting for MVP yet, Tone?
2 games left.
We appreciate that.
Yep, good man.
Thank God I don't have one. I'm on the Seattle
Wasn't that-
Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll give me the Seahawks as well on this one. But earlier though, wasn't it that Russ has never got a first place vote for MVP? Is that what it is, really?
Yeah, I was trying to think of that. I almost said it. I didn't remember if it was right, so I just said he's never won MVP.
I believe that is.
But Chris Collinsworth, I do recall saying, this guy's never got a number one vote for an MVP ever.
Tone could give us his first one. Tone could give him the first one.
No.
Tone, then you just kind of punt your vote. You're like, I don't know who it is, so I'm just going to pick somebody that isn't a finalist.
That'd be bullshit.
That'd be sweet if they said, hey,
I'd be
hey,
screaming
Russ
from the
Wilson got his
mountaintops.
first one, though.
Yeah.
Everybody would know, hey, Russ Wilson got the first time ever he's got a first place vote, and then everyone just cuts the tone.
Smallest salary he's ever had, too. We're only worth $1 million. That guy won over a number one MVP vote from one man.
As funny as that would be.
Funny.
Can't do that.
You'd lose your vote, you think?
Disrespect.
I'm okay with
All your votes will be made very public? Or is that just because we're going to force you to do that?
No, I
The
believe they're all made public.
Really?
We're definitely going to make it all public.
Yeah, have to.
Every pick you pick.
As it should be.
Transparency.
That's what we do around here. Hashtag
Journalism.
Bingo.
So no anonymous sources really ruffled some feathers.
Who didn't like
in
it?
Sports. All the people that benefit from it. But then I was told that we benefit from it too. What are you guys going to fucking talk about if people are... Who's going to release information? The teams are going to be the ones that are going to release information? Who's it going to be?
Same people.
Well, you just have to require the team to release a certain amount of information for us to have a job. Okay? Obviously. Sure. Made the answer. Need the NFL to give us 3 drama things from each team every single week, and at least we know who it's coming.
I'd argue that it would make the show better because we would come up with our own theories and solutions and stories.
Anonymous sources make the world go round in sports, though. Isn't that right? We talked about it earlier.
Open your mouth, Chuck.
Yes.
Well, Chuck said he had a local newspaper guy who used to say, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you put my name out there for a head coaching job.
I'm thinking
Right
about
by
it.
you.
Yeah, do that. It's been
Just
out.
think about your local whatever, the guys that they talk the most about. They can't do no wrong. This guy is this, and he should be the head coach. He should be whatever. He should get this job. He should get that job.
It's all work.
Huh?
You're saying it's a work.
Wow.
Might be, yeah.
Wow, no.
Charles.
Let me guess. I know it's not right, but tooth fairy's not real? Is that what you're going to say?
No,
it happens everywhere. Everywhere. In my 6 years here, we'd have stuff go on, and before I could get from one room to the next, the stuff's already out.
God, that had to piss you off. Legit had to piss you off.
No, absolutely. And you got your ideas, and you got your, but like that, like stuff like you're like, there's no way, and there is a way, but why?
So you know that Kanye and Kim, they're no longer together. They were called Kimye. They had a couple kids. They would feed fake names to people in their circle of the kid's name. And then they would remember who got what name. So then whenever the name was released and they were like, breaking the name of Kim. Brilliant. When I heard it, I still talk about it to this day because I'm like, that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
So however you can get that type of information to who you think is the leak, that's how you figure it out. That's how you get to the bottom of it. Thank you to Kimye for doing that. Well, that being said, I'm done with anonymous sources.
Yep.
Like that Brick Johnson thing, we shouldn't know that.
Never.
No.
Nobody should.
But the person that wanted everybody to know was like, listen to this fucking shit just a little bit. And it's like, all right, I get it.
It's the New York Times.
I get journalism.
What do you want?
Multiple sources saying, hey, 17-year-olds in there stepping in front of a brick.
Yeah.
There's a brick in front of a brick, and one brick's a billionaire. The other one, back to being a linebackers coach. So who's talking? You tell me. What a wild time to be alive, H. We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you. It's a great time. Great time to be alive. We know that. Also, I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Schefter said sounds like he's a bit stressed with the whole Christmas holiday season going on.
Hanukkah as well started last night. And speaking of that, I've gotten a text from multiple Jewish people.
Okay.
That said Schefter's daughter completely wrong. So,
What?
Yeah, completely
Really?
wrong. Yeah. I guess, and I don't want to say, hate to say we told you so, because none of us are Jewish, and it's not our holiday, but I guess the middle one lights all the other ones, okay?
Yeah.
And then I guess in the Torah, they read right to left. So the first one that goes up is actually far right. And then they go from the left to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back to the right to catch up with night one. So it's almost like a bookend, and then they come down the line down here.
I'm looking at it right here.
I think it's what I was told. So night one should be a far right light as opposed to a far left light, even though in theory you would understand why it would go to the left. But God bless you. We're just some mentions over here. L'chaim trying to make sure we do it right.
Bingo. Yeah.
Right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Mazel, brother.
Mazel.
You mean to
Exactly.
tell me some
Well said.
teenager?
Well, not just some.
Yahweh bless you.
That is a sad state of affairs. Yeah, blow those candles out.
Blow them up.
Just like we fucking said it would.
Yeah, bingo.
Yep. Peace be with you.
And also with you. You guys got a lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
Boom. Light him up.
Schefter, Schefter's struggling.
And they said, let there be light.
I don't know if Schefter said he's not appreciated at his house, Sound like
he hates the holidays.
That's why he's been dunking on people.
He said, wow, everybody seems to have such a fucking great time, huh?
Yeah, well, that's why, hey, you got to buy all these presents. Well, what do you know? It's night one of Hanukkah, and I got to buy a bunch more fucking presents.
Nobody says thank you to me. They always say thank you to my wife. So,
yeah.
Okay. Happy to be here.
I remember that. Kids love it. They get excited. They love it. That's great. So.
Having 8 crazy nights.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, you got your light wrong. It's like he was rolling through a lot of stuff there. Can't blame Schefter.
No.
But I guess number 2, which will be lit this evening, is L1.
Okay.
I believe it is back to L1. I believe it is back to this side. So it's 1 R1, then 2's L1, then 3's L2, 4's L3. Get it? 5's L4.
Sure.
Then R4 is 6.
As you stare at it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. As we look at it.
Can't be like the kick team. We're the kick return team.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
And that one gets lit tonight.
The far left, L1.
Yeah.
L1 gets, Foxy's zooming in. That would be L1 right there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 4 on each side because there's 8 crazy nights.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the middle is life. Okay, that's just all nights.
Always lit.
R1 is 1. Or you rewrite the left.
Which one were you saying gets lit tonight?
L1. Yeah.
I thought the one we just lit gets lit tonight.
Just light whatever fucking one you want tonight.
The internet is telling me the one next to the one we have lit is next.
See, so if everybody's doing it their own way, then just light whichever one you want.
I'm going to let you know, I tried to L'chaim the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
We tried our fucking best.
Wish we knew.
So many different. Hold on. To light a menorah, place the candles from right to left.
Okay.
Then light them from left to right each night using the shamash to light the others. On the first night, light only the rightmost candle, adding 1 candle to the left each subsequent night while reciting the appropriate so we need to go R2.
Yeah.
All the way down the line. Okay.
So completely opposite of what Schefter said.
Yes.
All right.
Boy.
Mazel.
Tough day, Schefty.
Is this guy okay? He's 58 years old.
Feel bad.
How many fucking Hanukkahs has he seen lit? Can't just pay. He's got so many texts.
Oh, yeah.
Hanukkah time? Okay,
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah. Easy, okay? Someone's about to get fired. So just light it how you want.
Dad, can I light the menorah?
I don't give a shit. Light it how you want. I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Where's my gift? Where's my gift?
It's under the fucking tree. Your mom got it for you, okay?
You're welcome.
Hanukkah would be much better if it was more like Christmas.
Yeah.
He mentioned that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He mentioned how there's been a little bit of a Christmifying of Hanukkah, and he doesn't love it. Doesn't love it. Anyways, happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays.
Of course.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yep.
Christmas was awesome. Hey, love the hoodie, Crooked Stick. That's the course here in Indianapolis that hosts the PGA stuff, Crooked Stick, right?
Yeah.
How'd you do there? You play well?
I think 87.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Really
Not bad.
Hard to
Really
get on,
good.
Crooked Stick. Hard to get on, Crooked Stick.
You know,
Why is
there's
it
a
called
member that we know.
Who?
AC.
Of course, AC, Anthony Calhoun. Shout out to AC. Plugged, connected.
He would love to host this group.
We'll drive an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I love golf.
Yeah, we'll drive 4 hours to get to Crooked Stick, and then we'll spend
4
4 hours
hours
out there. You know what? Fuck it. Let's stay 2 nights. Can we? They got a hotel over there? They got a hotel in that area? It's
You guys talked about your spring
golf fleet,
right?
Yeah, that got kiboshed pretty quick.
It had legs.
Because you lost.
You lost.
Yeah.
Remember, that
Yeah,
was
I
a part
remember
of your
you lost.
losing streak. You were going to pay for
Yeah,
it.
you said, I'll
like
set
like the
whole
lights,
thing
we
up.
can do whatever the fuck we want to do. So
No, the
if we want
lights-
to get that going again.
That's true, Chuck.
The lights aren't whatever we want to do. You want to do it on tonight? You want to do it on tonight?
Yeah.
Seahawks minus 4.5?
Oh, no.
You want to put an entire spring golf league in
I
on the
don't
line?
give a fuck what that score is. We're doing it. And AC's hosting.
All right, we'll see. I doubt it, by the way.
AC said Tempest.
I'm busy.
Dave Calabro retired. You see that? Hell of a run. Go buy
32
Zona
years,
here
right?
in Indiana.
32?
Go run, Calabro. Appreciate you, Dave.
Baby collabs.
Dave was co-host of the Pat McAfee Show at one point, live on WTHR Tuesdays. I was really kind to him. Great hair. Holy shit.
Good commercial.
Yeah.
Good commercials, great hair. Started telling me some good news on WTHR during COVID and everything. He's got good joy spirit to him.
He gets to the bottom.
Also, the voice of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Grew up in the area. He's the MC for the Indy 500. Everybody loves him. How could you not?
Still doing that?
Yep. Retired from TV, didn't retire from.
Hell yeah. You don't retire from the 500. 500 retires you.
Joseph Newgarden. Best racing in town, by the way.
By far, in the country.
G1 still going on?
I think they quit. I think they're done.
Yeah. Ended it.
NASCAR?
Their season is done for the year.
No, I thought the championship was coming up.
No, it's done.
NASCAR's done?
Yeah.
Who won?
Did Logano win?
Joey did win it. Joey won it.
Everyone was pissed he fucking got in.
What about Kyle?
KY?
Yeah.
He just didn't have a car
his
this year.
team.
Yeah, but the cheddar sandwich was so damn good. It was chicken tender platter.
Number 8.
So good. Just like KY.
It is delicious, but we might need to
Is
consider
G1 really
something
over?
else moving forward.
Yeah, they blew up the whole entire thing.
Did
Never doing it again.
Verstappen win it again?
Yeah,
retired.
It's over. They stopped the
Did
sport.
It's done?
Yeah.
Stop the sport.
Said, all right, fuck it. We're done with this shit.
It's crazy. People still try to watch it, though. They were like, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, exactly.
What's D-Butts?
Go watch the show.
D-Butts in morning?
D-Butts is still,
He's heartbroken, obviously.
Still hangs with Jay Leno.
He's in the paddock. He's in the paddock.
Yeah.
Shaking hands. This is fun, right?
Yeah. It just bounced.
Did Jay really fall down that hill?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, face first. You saw it.
Yeah.
Roll over and over.
Not a chance.
Well, no, I think he banged, and then his body actually
banging.
face like this way.
Yeah.
Bang, and then like.
He had some speed then. He had a lot of
Bang.
speed.
Yeah, it was like a boom, and then he rolled through.
Like a cartoon.
And then he got all the way back up on his knees again. It was like, no. And then bang again. And then another one. He hit it 4 times. Yeah, because we found out it was 52 feet.
Yep.
Is that the measurement?
Yeah,
No, I thought it was 44 because they said it was 60.
48, 44, whatever the proper.
I just know it's bullshit.
Is Leno still good?
What do you mean?
He's back?
Yeah.
Still bringing it?
Still doing stand up.
I think he's got a special coming out soon.
That Bargatze one is worth a watch.
Yeah, I'm pumped to
What's
watch
that on, Pat?
Netflix. Your friend, Nate Bargatze. And it is.
Can't wait.
He just, at one point, there's a standing ovation for him. And he's just standing there like this. Doesn't break. Lets him finish. Right back into it. He's in a circle stage. It's in an arena. It's fucking, it was very, I mean, he's fucking a genius. And then you talk about Shane with fucking JJ. Look at all the other commercials that happened and look at that one.
Yep,
You know,
exactly.
it's like, there's a reason. Some of these things are not like the other. You know, and it gets going. We're lucky to know all these fuckers.
Now I'm pumped for the Bargatze.
And we just dumbify everything. Well, we'll continue to do that tomorrow. After the Seahawks hopefully cover.
Coach.
Yeah.
You want a waffle?
No, sir. Seahawks.
What's the weather?
Geno Smith.
You want to do a giveaway? It's holiday season. Holy
Holiday
shit, we
season.
just lit a candle.
Yeah, fire that
Let's
thing.
light this thing up.
Yeah!
Come on.
Yeah, let's light this thing up. Oh, 180. Yeah.
Mad dummy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
He did have a good catch. He deserved a game ball.
Nice shoes, Chuck.
Oh, those are sick.
Oh, those are mad dummy, dude.
Ooh.
Those Cactus Jacks done?
Do be
Wow. All right, in the Cactus Jacks, all you got to do is put that football into this hoop right over here. Yes, sir. If you're able to accomplish that, 30 people will win $500 on this Boxing Day from the state of Canada Thursday. Go ahead, Chuck.
Don't hit the menorah.
Good call.
Oh. Thought that was one and done. Hey,
What did I say?
Hit him.
Oh, bonus ball.
Like, let's go.
I thought he was going to try to pick off the light bulbs one by one on the
Where'd you get that piece?
Wait, is that from who I think it is?
Got a guitar delivered the other day from a guy. First name is Wade.
There it is.
His last name's Bowen. And we're not knowing any of his songs.
Yeah.
But his merch is fucking sick.
Well, he's going to change that. Got a whole bunch of CDs, whole bunch of vinyls here.
Guy sent a guitar, stickers, hats, shirts,
football,
vinyls, a football autographed by him.
Stickers are on all of our cars.
With the number 24. We're talking everything. It is picks. I think he sent a bunch of picks. I don't know if he's going to get, like, over as a country musician, but when he does, his merch company is fucking ready to go.
Yeah, he might do it. He might get over if you do it.
One of these?
No. The other thing we talked about doing.
Yeah, tune that thing properly.
Yeah.
smashing.
Perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And laughing.
Yeah.
You ever done that?
No. But all Chuck Pagano's got to do is put that football into that hoop right over there, and 30 people will win 5. Oh, buddy, he's getting worse.
The fuck
that
is that?
throw was
That wasn't
so
real.
bad, you might as well have thrown it in the dirt. Chuck, for the people. 30 people, $500. All I got to do is put a football into the hoop.
Better.
That's a little better.
Yeah,
A little better.
But you knew it never had a chance.
Don't think, just spin.
He's Italian, and he wins.
Yep.
Same spot.
Get a little oomph on it, will you?
Chuck Pagano, 30 winner.
Oh, little more oomph.
I felt like the one. A little bit of a buzzsaw here. A little bit of a
Take a little drop.
Chuck Pagano here, a nice Italian lad, will be attempting to win 30 people, $500. That's right, Chuck.
Come on!
Merry Christmas!
Yes!
Woo! All right. Everybody have a great Thursday night. I was so jacked up right there.
Fucking awesome.
Yep.
There you go. Get it.
Yeah, that's right, Chuck. 30 people, $500. Yes. Hell yeah.
Happy Hanukkah, baby.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Light 'em up.
Light 'em up. Light 'em up. Chuck's winning, and that's what's up. All I got to do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody. But the easiest way to pay you, you might be one of 30 winners of $500. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Team.
Goodbye.